What's up, everybody? It's your boy Justin from Justin Paul Sports here, live with Bobby from Bobby's Big Board. We are going to be commentating the Packers versus the Vikings live in real time. Thank you so much for joining us. This is about to be kickoff. Anything you want to talk about, Bobby, before kickoff here?
Right now, I think this is an interesting game. We're going to see Clayton Tune throw the ball a little bit. I'm excited to see that. But overall, man, I think this is a big game for the Packers, and we're going to get to see a lot of depth from the Packers just to see, how well their roster is constructed without their starting quarterback. I don't expect Josh Jacobs to have a lot of carries today. So, and most importantly, what are these wide receivers going to look like with Clayton Tune?
Right.
Definitely curious.
I'm having a little bit of technical issues getting this set up on my end. So give me just a moment here. There we go. Now I'm good. You hear me, Bobby?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, now I can finally turn on the volume a little bit on that. So now we should be good.
Heck yeah.
They're doing the skull chant.
They're doing the skull chant right now. I'm not exactly sure who was doing that, though.
What do you mean?
Who was doing the drum there?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I do have the play-by-play up now, so that's good. Then have this up while we're at it.
All right. Here we go. McManus is set to kick off here. I got some feedback from our previous matchup there. It was pretty good feedback saying our shows are getting better, so that's always nice to hear.
Heck yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. All right, well let's go ahead and check it out. Brandon McManus to kick off. The rookie Ty Felton from Maryland to receive.
So is 9 going to be 9, or what are we going to see here?
I don't know, man. I need to see at least 5-6 more starts from J.J. McCarthy to really feel good about it one way or another, because he's had some performances where he's looked okay and then other performances where he hasn't looked okay. A big storyline for today, Justin Jefferson is at less than 60 yards. I think he's 53 yards away from hitting the 1,000-yard mark. It would be the first time in his career that he doesn't get 1,000 yards if he doesn't get it in this game. Started off with some I formation. The Vikings learning from the Ravens last week. We'll see if Jordan Mason can get it going here, and he absolutely does.
Couldn't stop it last week. Could not stop it last week.
That means the Vikings kind of watched a little bit of film, right? I mean, the Ravens really gashed them over and over and over. That defensive front for the Packers really banged up without Parsons, without Wyatt. So I would expect a lot of runs with Aaron Jones, a lot of runs with Jordan Mason. That's a really good start. 14-yard gain for Jordan Mason off the rip.
I formation
again. 12 personnel. Play action. Justin Jefferson.
Two plays already in there in the Packers territory. It's just like, last week they gave the blueprint on how to get to. I mean, look how far off the yard. Look how far he's playing Jefferson.
And I feel like you have to, right? Just throws late by J.J. McCarthy, but it doesn't matter because they're playing so soft. Interesting from the Packers secondary, especially when you know the run's coming, or at least you expect the run to come. Here's another run from Aaron Jones. Gets about nothing, about a yard there.
There's Diggs. He's out there, folks.
28.
Good. He's getting some reps. He's right there, 28. Yep.
Interesting number choice by Trayvon Diggs here.
Well, Quay Walker wears number 7, and I don't
Yeah,
think that he cares right now what number he is, and it doesn't matter. We want to see him play. I
just
hope
put
he
some
plays the
tape
full
on.
game.
Yeah.
2nd and
Who's
9 for Minnesota here, and they're in looks like a kind of a bunch formation on the right side.
Yep.
Hawkinson's in there, and then we got JJ going from right to left, fakes the inside and gives it to Jefferson, gets about 9 yards around the edge, almost probably a first down there. It's just
Yeah, that's
gashing the
definitely.
Packers' run game is the key to beating them, and until anybody shows any signs of handling it, I don't see why anybody would stop running the ball.
Yeah, and that's another catch technically for Justin Jefferson. He's about probably 30 yards now. Let's see, 28 yards for Justin Jefferson. I know they're going to try their best to get him over 1,000 yards just because. So
Single back formation, heavy. Jefferson in motion from left to right. This is play action. They're getting in his face, though, and he misses on the sack. He gets around, stiff arms a linebacker, and levels Keyshawn Nixon. The Great
okay,
Depression. The Great Depression is going to set in for Green Bay if that's how you're going to do it. You can't whiff.
that's not good. Oh no, is that taunting? Is that a potential taunting?
Does he have scrambled eggs? Because it looked like he was staggering there for a minute.
I think this might be a potential taunting flag here.
Oh my God! Tyron Hopper gets stiff arm to the face, and then Nixon gets the shoulder.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. I know
Yep.
that's a soft call. That's a soft call, but
Same old Vikings, man. Just want to be
can't
doing dumb
do that.
stuff.
That.
That's why you're not going to the playoffs, Minnesota. You're not playing next week, so you go off, girl. You do what you got to do.
I don't know if I like that call. Honestly, it's not like he didn't do a lot, but he must have said something that the ref didn't like. That's the only thing I can think of here.
So when you do dumb stuff, now it's 2nd and 19, folks.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Did your feed freeze?
It did freeze.
Okay, there it goes. Fakes the inside handoff and throws it left. I don't know who that is. I don't know who number 36 is. A gain about 2 yards.
Xavier Scott. If
Week
you
18,
guys
anything possible.
if you guys knew anything about Dynasty Fantasy Football last year, Xavier Scott actually got a couple starts last year. Fun fact. Third and long here.
They're showing a statistic on the screen. 31st in the NFL on third down conversions, only 32% on the year.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's showing the Packers 11th in total defense. I mean, last week, though, they got gouged. This is, without Micah and without Wyatt in there. So I see Brenton Cox in there and Ford, and they just throw a little check down to Jefferson. So they're trying to get him some looks, but it won't be enough for a first down. Could be field goal time here for the Vikings. JJ McCarthy is.
It's 4th and 6? Hey, he's frustrated. So Justin Jefferson to 40 yards on the day on the first drive. It's clear that they're trying to get him the ball to get him over 1,000 yards on the year. Looks like he only needs about 15 more to get over it. Decent first drive from McCarthy. Just really, that taunting penalty really screwed him up there. I'm really surprised because they ran 2 times to Jordan Mason, 7 yards. 7 yards.
Alabama, I just want to cut you off. Alabama legend Will Reichard. It makes the field goal so the Vikings go 3-0. 10:27 left in the first.
Absolutely. Now we get to see Clayton Tune.
See
what he's about. We're going to see what he's about.
What kind of tunes are we going to have? Are we going to play the banjo? Are we going to play the harmonica? Are we going to play the guitar? Are we going to play the fiddle? What kind of tune are we going to get? Are we going to get the harmonica? I think we might get the harmonica tune.
We'll see, man. I just want to look at some career statistics from Clayton.
He was really good at Houston, though. Really good. I thought he was one of the better prospects and got drafted by the Cardinals in the 3rd round. It was a higher pick for them, and it just hasn't panned out for him.
Clayton Tune did start in 2023. Started 1 game, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks, sacked 7 times. Since then, hasn't done much. He's thrown 6 total passes since 2023. 1 touchdown, 1 pick somehow in 4 pass attempts. Interesting stuff there. Interesting to see what he does. Interesting to see what he does. Does not have a win as a starter. Obviously, only made one start, so we'll see. Curious to see how the Packers play this, because Clayton Tune's only thrown like 30 passes in his career thus far. So curious to see if they pamper him a little bit, try to get the run game going, really rely heavily on the run game.
Yeah, we'll see what's going on here for sure.
Cam
Man, I'm
Ward just
tired of
threw a
commercials.
40-yard pass to Elikeo Manor. First and goal for the Titans on the 7. Interesting stuff there.
They're going to get it good there with Cam Ward for sure.
I think so. Could you imagine the Titans get their 4th win versus the Jaguars, Week 18?
Well, that'll cost the Jaguars. Could cost them the division. Remember, what did we say about Houston?
Yeah, you're right.
The division's on the line.
And the Texans are already up on a 3-0 on the Colts. So
remember what I said? That one I think is going to be a whipping. I think that's a total whipping. Man, this is the last week for your NFL team unless they're a postseason team. So we have 4 viewers. Last week I had over 140 at one point. It's crazy.
It's probably the night game, right?
Yeah, it was a Saturday night primetime game.
So there's so many games going on, and honestly, people are probably tuning into the Saints, Falcons, Dallas Giants.
I would be tuning into that one as well. If Green Bay wasn't on right now, I would definitely be getting my licks in. We talk about them every week, how much fun they are.
1 second, I'm gonna go over to this thing here. Looks like Tony Pollard may have just scored for.
Well, he had incentives on his game to get some money.
Oh, no, Cam Ward actually rushed for a touchdown there. Interesting.
Attaboy.
Interesting stuff. Okay.
Will Riker set the kicker from the 35-yard line in this ridiculous kicking formation. I'm glad college football doesn't do this.
Yes. I'm not the biggest fan of this for sure.
Oh, he kicks it in the end zone, so Green Bay will get the ball at the 35-yard line.
Interesting.
It's Clayton Tune, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 6, baby.
Second career start, like you said. So
he's thrown 6 total passes since 2023.
Well, 6 that's what. Look, I see backups everywhere for the Packers. Everywhere. Jordan Love's in uniform, which I think is interesting. But
I did not see him in uniform right before kickoff.
There's not a single starter out there for the Packers. I see Bo Melton at wideout. I don't even know who number 84 is. Matthew Golden is going to get some looks, though, today.
He's number 0, right?
Yes.
Emmanuel Wilson trying to get it going a little bit.
So they're showing the starters that are out or players that are out. Jordan Love, Malik Willis, Josh Jacobs, Dobbs, Reed, Watson, Walker, Banks, Ryan. So the whole offensive line is out.
Yep.
I mean,
tough.
The whole offense is pretty much out. So that goes into your picks when you're making picks with all these points. Packers in a 3-wide set here. That's 4 wide. That's not a tight end. And just the inside give. Vikings are all over it, gaining 2. It'll be 3rd and long. So this might just be a preseason game. There's nothing to gain for either team. Packers cannot get any better playoff seedings. They are locked in the 7 for the 3rd straight year. That's a 3-peat, baby. That's what we want to see here. But LaFleur, they're talking about his job being on the line if he doesn't get a playoff win, but I think that's a little unfair based on the key players that have got injured because prior to those injuries, the Parsons, it's just been something. Bunch formation to the right side. They got 4 wideouts. Emmanuel Wilson almost in an offset pistol. I don't know what you would call that. And the pass
pro, basically. Oh, my goodness.
3 and out real quick for the Packers. But I don't think anybody's putting too much merit into what's going on today for them offensively. But I've never seen like that. 4 wide.
It's mainly for pass pro. If they're expecting a blitz, then you put the running back really close to the line of scrimmage just to make sure that he's able to get his assignment quickly.
Well, Evan Williams is in uniform because he's in there on special teams. So Packers are punting the football.
Boink.
Bangs it.
All right.
Inside
Is this Ty Felton once again?
Goes to the 10. And it's down at the 2. What a kick.
Very good kick for the Packers.
And we are going to commercial.
Riley Leonard, 66-yard passing touchdown to who else? Alec Pierce.
What did I say for the game? But I didn't think they'd get anything going, but I did say
Alec Pierce, man,
that's,
he's been the man. He's been the
that's
man.
that's who I said they need to throw the ball to. Like, that was the exact name that I called out was make the Colts throw it to Alec Pierce. And it looks like the Colts said, you know what, Justin, we believe in you. We believe in your offensive plan against the Texans. We're going to go ahead and throw the football right down the field to them. And they did. So incredible work here. The Vikings might run away with this, but I don't think the Packers care. I think they're really going to have their hearts set on playoff game, whether it's at Chicago or at Philadelphia. Those are the only two teams they can potentially match up with in the playoff. And they're super banged up. And because they're banged up, that's really going to see them hobbling in the postseason. I mean, they want to close this game with a win, but nonetheless. We have 8 viewers right now, so I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports or Bobby's Big Board, wherever you're watching, or on X. The Ravens, or the Packers at the Vikings in a Week 18 non-meaningful matchup. Neither team has any. The only thing I guess you could say to gain is the Vikings would have a winning season, but no postseason, and the Packers are locked in the postseason due to that tie in Dallas. They're just locked in the 7th spot. There's no positioning. There's no nothing. We're basically trotting out. Green Bay is basically trotting out practice squad players, getting them reps, keeping the starters healthy for next week, and that's smart what you want to do. And LaFleur has coached in the playoffs before, coached in 2 NFC championships. Has enough pedigree to understand what he's doing, resting these players before a road playoff game. So.
Interesting stuff, man. We could potentially see the Titans and the Colts win, and Jacksonville and Houston both lose.
Well, it's still early in the game. Like, I don't want to jump out to
of course, but that's just it's an interesting thing to think about. Both of those teams just winning when they absolutely shouldn't be. But Trevor Lawrence making some plays to BTJ. All right. Let's see what J.J. McCarthy and team can do. Jordan Mason in the backfield. I formation once again.
Well, it works. They watched the film last week. Potential false start.
I think this could be a free play for the – oh, my goodness. Jordan Mason.
I'm watching the same game. Listen, I don't want to see the Packers play any teams that wear purple after this. Like, last week, the Ravens, Derrick Henry just gave them the business, and they did call offsides on Brenton Cox there. Rashawn Gary, interestingly, is not playing, and that dude's been a major disappointment down the stretch here. Can't get nothing going. I mean, ever since he tore that ACL, he hasn't been the same player.
Yeah.
So, first time they're pinned up, and they gain 10 yards on an I formation. Like, what? Like, the Packers might get crushed in the playoffs. It's I formation. You know it's a run. Like his half lead. All right, we got 5 on the line of scrimmage now. Single back, up the middle, no gain, maybe a yard. Like, we have to make these defensive adjustments. This is ridiculous. A couple quick scores around the league. Tennessee, like Bobby said, is up 7-0. Houston is losing 7-3 to the Colts at home. Cincinnati's up 6-0 on the Browns. First quarter, all these games. Giants up 3-0 in New York. And no score in Atlanta and New Orleans. McCarthy back to throw. Lets it rip on the right side. Hits Addison for 9. Throw was a little high, but he was wide open, so it'll be 3rd and short. I absolutely expect them to just run up the middle because that's what you can do against the Green Bay Packers is just run up the middle, no problem. But the throw was high. He gets it on the money, though. Addison could easily get a first down, but falls out of bounds.
There we go. Good high point for Jordan Addison. It's a 3rd and 1. I'd like to see them get J.J. McCarthy involved with his legs on maybe like a read option or something.
Inside zone. Oh, now he goes out wide. Now he comes back. Inside zone's a play. And they get it, but the Packers cannot stop it.
Oh,
Oh, they do.
wow.
That's close. So it'll be fourth and short. I expect
They
the
might
Vikings to punt.
challenge the spot here.
That's really, really close. Let's see what they do. If I'm the Vikings, I'm punting because there's a coaching epidemic with these fourth down situations here. If you're inside your own 30, punt the football. Play
Yep.
defense. The Packers are playing people off the streets. Like, just go and make sure that you don't, and that's what they're doing. That's good coaching by Kevin O'Connell, even if McCarthy don't like it.
84.
I don't know who that is. I haven't seen the back of the
That's
jersey. Yet.
Savion Williams.
No, he's
Y'all's
83.
third round pick. He's 83. I would have Savion Williams out there getting punts, man. Honestly, dude's
Kick goes,
explosive.
takes a Vikings bounce. Looks like it's going to die at the 30-yard line, right on the 30. So the Vikings get a couple good plays there, but can't convert on third and short because they got cute with it. Just sometimes I think teams outside themselves. I was watching the SMU game, the SMU Arizona game, in the Holiday Bowl. They were pushing around Arizona in the first half. They get to the goal line. It's first and goal. I formation. They gave it to the fullback. I was ecstatic. Teams get cute around the goal line trying to do all this stuff. I don't care. I guess I'm just old school football. The first 3 plays inside the 1, I'm giving it to my big running backs. For those of you that don't know, I'm a big boy. All right, I'm a heavy fella, and for many years after high school, for probably 10 years after high school, we would play football outdoors in my 20s. Every weekend we would play, and because I'm a bigger guy, when we got in goal line situations, they would give me the ball up the middle, and it was almost flawless because there's a size differential. And obviously, when it's playground, not everybody's going to be lineman size like I am, but nonetheless, got it up the middle, scored a touchdown. Don't be doing goal line fades. I hate goal line fades. You have to be a premier
unless you're the Rams.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to have premier athletes to pull that off, and I think you can get cute on it. I just personally wouldn't do it.
Yeah, a lot of these play callers, offensive play callers especially, defensive play callers will get cute here and there too. But offensive play callers, they love to get cute, man. And it's really imperative to keep things simple at times because you look at the teams that are honestly the most successful teams in football right now. You've got the Patriots who don't run a super complicated offense. They run basic pass concepts and run concepts. The Packers do get a little bit cute with their run concepts, but they're still effective. A lot of power football. But, you've got Houston who doesn't do anything spectacular on offense. You just keep things simple, and normally good things come of it, especially running the football. If you can run the football, look at the Ravens. They don't do anything spectacular, and they've been one of the most successful offenses over the past 4 years. So,
Packers got the ball first and 10, just simple inside zone there, and it gains about 10 yards. That's a good run. I wish Alabama could do that. Just a simple inside single back run to the left side gets 10 yards. Real quick side note, for those of you that follow me know I'm an Alabama fan, a little update. Ty Simpson's agent, Peter Webb, says no decisions have been made about him declaring for the draft and still evaluating. So On3 is a trusted source when it comes to sports, when it comes to college football recruiting and things along that sort, and transfers and any kind of news. So I just noticed that
there's no reason to declare right now anyway.
So good stuff. Good stuff.
They're showing a lot of Harrison Smith right now, and I'm curious to see what his career looks like after this week.
Look at this. Dual tight end, single back, inside handoff. Football 101 gains 2 yards.
Yep. And the Packers do this a lot. They do this a lot, even though they have, a really solid receiving core. They like to just run the football. Obviously, they don't have their starters out there, but this is the offense.
Here's a lot
of runs with Josh Jacobs.
Packers starting O-line is Jordan Morgan, who's a rookie, Letitia Smith, Jacob Monk, Anthony Belton, who got whipped. Or Jordan Morgan got whipped last week. and Darian Kennard. So a lot of young players getting the looks on the offensive line for the Packers. We got kind of a tight formation here.
A lot of guys at the line of
Brody
scrimmage. I
gets
would
hit from
expect pass
behind and
here.
fumbles the
Oh,
football,
wow.
and the Packers recover. So he's got no protection there.
Yeah, his
But
blind
Packers-
side got destroyed there.
Well, again,
Destroyed.
Morgan has been an issue for the Packers on the offensive line. Without Zach Tom in there, and with that season-ending injury to Elgton.
Oh, who's that? That's Dallas Turner, it looks like. Is that who that is? Yeah, that's Dallas Turner, number 15. Getting the strip sack there. Yeah, they need Dallas Turner to. He was their first round pick from last year. Didn't really do much in his rookie year. It's been a little bit better this year, but still needs to take it up a notch for sure. Looks like Justin has frozen on us a little bit. But yeah, Dallas Turner, really good sack. I don't know what they were doing protection wise, but you cannot have. I mean, you just went around the edge, no problem. You cannot put a back on Dallas Turner and expect to win. I mean, that's just never going to work. Interesting. In other news, we've got tie ball game, 7-7. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, Parker, Washington.
Sorry, there. Lost my computer just completely shut down.
Uh-oh.
Let me get this back.
Clayton Tune's going to have a rough day. Dallas Turner, the assignment for Dallas Turner was Brooks, the back. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you do that?
I don't know, but Dallas Turner was an elite pass rusher at Alabama, so.
You know, and I was saying this. He was their first round pick last year, kind of underperformed in his rookie season. Then this year he stepped it up a little bit. Definitely curious to see what he looks like next year going into his contract year for his fourth year. Definitely curious to see what happens with him because he's been stepping it up, at least here lately. So.
Okay.
Oh, no. Cam Ward is questionable to return versus the Jaguars, and Brandon Allen is now coming in for the Titans. That's not good. Hopefully it's nothing serious. And then speaking of serious, while we're at commercial break here during this game, Mississippi State actually played a bowl game. I don't know if you saw that, but
I saw it and I had Wake Forest in the points. I didn't have the heart to tell you.
Well, we were looking good in the fourth quarter and then just collapsed. Kamario Taylor still looking really good, but he suffered what looked like a very bad lower leg injury. Looks like he's actually going to be fine, thank goodness. But it looked really bad when it happened. But
I'll be back in just a moment. Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead. So back to the game here. Looks like it's going to be Minnesota's ball once again after the strip sack from Dallas Turner. The Packers, Clayton Tune and this Packers offense, they're not going to be able to do much with their current personnel, I don't think, especially versus the majority of the Vikings starters. And I think this is going to be a game for Justin Jefferson once they get the ball rolling. Trying to get the run game going again. Number 32, is that Aaron Jones? I believe that's. Let's see. Ty Chandler just got a yard rushing, but 5 for 5, still perfect for JJ McCarthy. Definitely curious to see what he ends up doing here. Is he going to make it 6 for 6, scrambling out to his beautiful comeback route from Justin Jefferson? A ton of separation there. I think that puts him over 1,000 yards on the season.
I'm sure there's financial incentives in there.
I hope so.
5 straight completions, tied for longest streak in his career. Man, JJ
Okay, he
McCarthy, what a
needs
boy.
53 yards total. He's got 51 right now. So he needs 2 more yards, and he's over 1,000 yards here. So
First and
let's see.
10 for
He's
the
six.
Vikings. Single back bunch left side. This looks like an
Yeah.
inside run, probably. Audibling out of it, checking it. 2 seconds on the play clock. And that's an
Oh,
offsides on the back.
another offside penalty.
And the
Looks like
Vikings
it may
still get
not.
5 yards.
And he blew up. I mean, with the offsides, obviously, he blew up that play and still didn't get. He still didn't make the play, even though he was in JJ's face before he even made the handoff. Interesting. That's the second one for tonight. Second offside penalty already. But yeah, if you're looking at the Packers defense, week 1 through 14, less than 300 yards total per game of offense against this defense. Now they're up over 400 yards a game. The injuries have really beat this team up, the Packers. Another run play here, probably. Up, fake toss. JJ getting off. Oh, that's a crazy throw. That's Will Levis levels of craziness. JJ went out to his side and just tried to throw basically horizontally across his body. Almost gets picked off. That's the type of stuff that JJ McCarthy's going to have to figure out, man, because he makes bad decisions like that consistently.
Will Levis.
Will Levis was doing that pretty much every week, every time he was starting for the Titans. So, all right, 2nd and 5. I'd expect a run here, and that's exactly what it is. Ty Chandler stiff arms that guy into the ground.
It's ridiculous, man. Like, but again, the Packers are playing nothing but backups everywhere.
Yep.
Folks, I am putting up my free play on Justin Paul Sports YouTube channel here very shortly. Just have to finish up the little touches here. Bobby makes these for me. I appreciate him so much. So, 3rd and 1 here for the Vikings.
I would expect another run here. Again, maybe get JJ McCarthy involved with his legs. It's not what's going to happen.
Formation, the Packers stuff it. Ladies and gentlemen, they stuffed a run. I cannot believe what's going on there with the Green Bay Packers stuffing a run. Man.
I wouldn't have minded Ham getting the ball here either. Getting the fullback involved. Hate the blocking assignments here, though. All right. This is not very good for the Vikings, who basically have all of their starters healthy right now. And outside of TJ Hawkinson, and they're unable to get things going versus the second-team Packers defense.
That was a collegiate-style punt formation there by Minnesota. The punt goes inside the 15, rolls to the 10-yard line, and the Vikings are down at 1st and 10 for the Packers.
Yep. Ty Felton playing some more special teams. I like Ty Felton as a prospect at Maryland. I thought, he had a little bit of juice after the catch, a little bit of solid ball skills as well. But yeah, where did I have him ranked last year? Curious.
All right.
And Ty Felton ranked right around Trey Harris, Elik Eomanor.
Oh, yeah?
Year. 1, 2, 3, 4. He was my wide receiver 13. Well, right now, as you can see, looks like 10 rushing attempts from the Vikings. Obviously, that's their strategy for today, is trying to get the ball rolling. Jordan Mason's already got 5 carries, 26 yards. I don't think they're going to utilize him heavily because he is a guy that is a little injury prone. They're probably trying to save him for next year a little bit. No sense in winning a game that doesn't matter at the cost of his health. So I do think we're going to see a lot of Ty Chandler today. get some more reps for JJ McCarthy. And once Justin Jefferson goes over 1,000, do you think he's gonna play after that? I think maybe one more catch for him, and I think his day is done. Even though Jordan Addison's still out there, so maybe not. Who knows?
Give me a second. I'm working on this short.
Curious to see what Clayton Tune does, how he responds, because defense has kind of put him in a good spot here. Held the Vikings to 3 points versus this first team offense. So curious to see what Clayton Tune does here to respond. Right now, it looks like a ton of runs from Green Bay, not really giving Clayton Tune a lot to work with until obvious third and long situation. So let's see. So first quarter almost wrapping up here. 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Matt LaFleur is going to have to get a little creative here if he wants this offense rolling, because the runs, I mean, Chris Brooks had one good run, and that's about it thus far. Looks like
Golden in motion, right to left. Play action pass for Tune. Moves to the left and overthrows the tight end. Golden was wide open on the outside there. My goodness.
I'd like to see a replay on that one. Looks like a flag as well on the play. Okay.
Oh, Minnesota. We got 12 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in to this alternate broadcast of the Minnesota Vikings hosting the Green Bay Packers in this Week 18 NFL matchup. They're showing highlights of the NFC South, and it looks like Kirk Cousins all day in the pocket, throws a dart in the corner.
Drake London, what they were doing there. Drake London was wide open in the corner of the end zone.
Panthers fans are going wild. Bryce Young is hulking up. Packers toss right.
Toss play.
Nothing.
Terrible decision to cut back there. I don't think you should ever do that on a toss play unless it's wide open. I mean, just try to get the yardage, get a yard or two. That was a poor vision there from the running back. But good stuff from Andrew Van Ginkel. People don't talk about Andrew Van Ginkel, but he is a X factor, honestly, on defense. He plays linebacker. He can edge rush you. I mean, he just gets the ball. He makes plays pretty much every single series when he's healthy. So, into the first quarter, official score, 3 Vikings, 0 Packers. Packers looking to keep this drive going at 2nd and 12 right now. But in other news, looks like Indianapolis up 10-6 on the Texans. Tie ball game, Tennessee versus Jacksonville 7-7. New Orleans looking to tie the game back up. They're down 7 against the Falcons. 6-3 Dallas versus the Giants. Giants up 3 points there. And then Cleveland up 7-6 on the Bengals on the road. So interesting stuff there. Should your Sanders perhaps? Let's look at this game real quick. Who got the touchdown here? Oh, it actually looks like it might have been a pick 6. It was a pick 6. Devin Bush. Do you remember old Devin Bush?
I do.
And Devin Bush getting a pick 6 for the Browns. Interesting stuff. I'm surprised he's still around. Interesting stuff. Malachi Corley. You remember him? Yes. Malachi Corley, he's right now 19 yards receiving, leading the team in rushing and receiving right now. And, of course, Shedeur Sanders has a turnover already in the first quarter.
He's been a turnover machine.
Yeah, I see a lot of people really, rooting for him. And, he's confident and he does his thing. Shedeur Sanders does. But, guys, he's just not a good quarterback. He's not ready right now. Maybe he can develop into something because I do like his accuracy at times. But overall, man, Shedeur Sanders just makes a ton of mental errors, like over and over and over again. Not going to say all 10 of his picks are his fault, but a lot of them are. And he still takes really terrible sacks. So definitely probably not going to be the guy, him or Gabriel both. And I said that at the beginning of the year. I said Gabriel probably puts up better numbers, which he has. but I kind of compared him to Case Keenum. I compared Shedeur Sanders to Teddy Bridgewater. And both of those guys are just not going to win you a ton of games, and it is what it is. Case Keenum had that 1 year with the Texans, I believe, or no, the Vikings, and that was about
Yeah,
it.
they went to the NFC Championship.
Yeah. All right, 2nd and 12. We're starting the second quarter right now.
Vikings have 97 yards to the Packers, too.
And they're going to continue to do this. I hate this. I really don't like this offensive game plan from the Packers. They're just going to run the ball on 1st and 2nd down every single time, and they're going to put Clayton Tune in a terrible spot to make a play 3rd and long. And they've done this on 3 straight series now, and it's not working. I think let Clayton Tune throw the ball 30 times, and I did say this on our Week 18 preview. I said Clayton Tune probably only gets 22 to 24 pass attempts this game. But they're crowding the line of scrimmage. They're going to put some pressure on him.
There you go.
They're going to be short and they're going to punt. Interesting.
Jacoby Cooney James. I don't even know who that is.
No idea. Practice squad guy. Byron Murphy making the play there. Yeah. I mean, why not let him take hits? I mean, he's a guy that's probably not going to be on your roster next year. Let him go out there and make some plays for him. Let Clayton Tune go out there, spin the ball around a little bit.
Well, like I said, I don't think that the Packers want to put a whole lot on tape.
You can still play base offenses and let him go out there and try and cook a little bit.
All right.
Jason Jones. Okay, I haven't heard that name in a minute. All right. Vikings getting the ball back 3-0 here.
The Vikings are doing all this stuff with all their starters and can't get any points on the board. So maybe the Packers defense, even with all their backups in there, has a little bit of pride going for them, which I don't blame them. Ooh, they're showing a commercial for 28 years later.
Yeah. I don't know if you watched 28 Years Later, the movie that came out before. They came out last year. Did pretty well box office wise, and then they're making a sequel immediately.
I do want to see that commercial or that movie Primate though that's coming out.
I saw that. I saw that last night actually.
You saw the movie?
I was watching.
You saw the movie or the trailer?
I saw the trailer.
It just looks like an interesting premise. Everything with movies is so boring or rehashed or just like culturally sensitive to make sure that we have the right amount of people in the movie instead of just making a good movie. So I've had zero desire to go see movies lately. Plus, it's the heart of football season.
Honestly, man, like a lot of the action movies, dramas, and stuff like that, I can definitely see it's just rehashed garbage, a lot of it. But the horror genre, man, there has been a lot of creativity. I don't know if you saw Sinners. Sinners was a very good, unique premise. Weapons, that was a very interesting premise. Both of these movies came out this year, and they've been killing it box office-wise. Really got a lot of critical acclaim. I'm a horror movie guy myself, so both of those movies have been great premises. Very, very great premises, both of those movies. So excited to see Primate. Obviously, that's another horror movie, but it's probably going to be a slasher movie about a monkey being pissed off. So you can have a lot of fun with that one. You can have a lot of fun with that one.
That's how 28 Days Later started.
Exactly.
Some let me put this mildly. For some of you that haven't seen that movie, the animals rights activist released an infected monkey and it ended the world. So
yeah. He was a really mad monkey. Still to this day, probably the scariest infected / zombie of any movie.
Well, I think the premise is, ladies and gentlemen, they've come back from commercial and they're showing a Packers fan with a bratwurst head instead of a cheese head. Mildly impressive. Oh, Jefferson needs 2 more yards for 1,000. So McCarthy,
I think they're going to go to him here.
Down the field, scrambles, throws, and
drops the interception there, 27. That's the thing with J.J. McCarthy, man. He just throws these throws, man, that there's a reason why he has more interceptions than touchdowns. And that's another one. That was that. I mean, that's not necessarily on McCarthy here,
He's
but
looking for Jefferson, and he throws it, and it gets well. He wasn't looking for Jefferson; it got deflected before that. But they're looking at him because he's trying to get another 1,000-yard season. Pretty underwhelming if you're a fantasy player for him this year, but definitely
yes.
worth a hold. If you could buy low on him, buy him. Cowboys
Well,
lead the Giants
honestly,
10-6.
Carson Wentz was doing some stuff with Justin Jefferson. I don't know if you remember early on in the season with Carson Wentz, but
I really think the Vikings reached for McCarthy, and I was so happy that they did. So happy that they did. When teams I don't like draft players I don't like, that just warms my soul, man. Like when the Bears drafted Justin Fields, couldn't be happier. Couldn't be
hi, my
happier.
friend. We've got the Packers in the points here. Vikings
Yes.
probably win this game, but spreads plus 13.5, if I remember
So
right, and I think the Packers will cover here.
we got shotgun 3rd and 6, 3 wide. Nothing crazy about this formation. Packers show blitz. They come.
And he
And
just sails it. He just sails it over Justin Jefferson's face.
It's a J.J. McCarthy-esque throw right there. He's a handoff merchant. I'll live and die by that. He made his career at Michigan by cheating and handing the ball off. I will never apologize for it. So I won't. Like that's all he did. He hit Roman Wilson on one play in the Rose Bowl in Alabama, and that against Alabama, and that was pretty much it. Everything else was handed
All
off,
right.
handed off, handed off.
That is a big punter, man. Jeez Louise.
I hope
That is
that
a big punter.
the fantasy football strategist, I would love to see his or your profile on Justice Haynes.
So actually, I haven't talked about it too much.
Punt goes out of bounds. Packers are going to take over 1st and 10, 12:34 in the second quarter when we come back from break. Jefferson's probably ready to get off the field. He looks irritated. So just
look, end his day after that. So I have not graded. I've graded Jeremiah Love, Jonah Coleman, Katron Allen, Nicholas Singleton, and Justice Haynes is on my list, but I have not graded him yet because there's not a lot of film on him. But the film that I have seen, I comp him to like a souped up Isaiah Pacheco. To where it's like, Isaiah Pacheco, very aggressive runner, will always fight for extra yardage, not super great at breaking tackles. Justice Haynes is not. But Justice Haynes has that second gear to where if he gets in the open space, he will outrun everybody on the field. So it's not – I'm sure there's a better comp out there right now, which I'm looking for. But Isaiah Pacheco, he's very violent like Isaiah Pacheco, which makes me worry about his durability because he had a pretty serious foot injury, and I wonder if he's going to declare or not. But I definitely liked what I saw on film.
He was one of the few Alabama transfers I was bummed to see go.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was better than Jam Miller.
And he is better than Jam Miller.
And I'm glad that Jam Miller is out at Alabama. I can't stress that enough. He was the king of magnetism for linebackers. Like, people would run up and tackle that dude every time. Couldn't break a tackle. I think Jam Miller might be a special teams guy at best. I just don't think – I don't know. He might be – you know what, Jam? Birmingham Stallions might be calling your name, buddy.
So I know we were talking about quarterbacks before. Dante Moore has the same prospect grade as Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
That's where I put him at. I have him and Garrett Nussmeier in the same kind of area.
Looks cold in Minnesota, Bobby. Look at how ridiculous the stadium looks. Why is it shaped like a trapezoid? Like,
it's a very good question.
This modern architecture sucks. Like the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, that looks like I'm trying to be mindful. I have to watch what I say here. It looks like a mentally depressed ninja star. It's terrible. This brutalist architecture has got to go. Like that, make it look like a Viking ship if you're going to do this.
Yeah, I've seen some concepts, just some AI concepts for Vikings, and you know how the Buccaneers have the pirate ship in the stadium? That's like the coolest thing about the stadium.
It is.
I feel like the Vikings could do something like, those really long canoes or whatever, something like that. All right, Clayton Tune with the ball. Thankfully, we're not running on first and second down, and Matthew Golden drops the ball.
Well, I'm not going to expect too much for Tune, not just because he's inexperienced, but just because they got the backup lineman against the Viking starters. Yeah. Highlights: AFC South. Trevor Lawrence throws a
Trevor
touchdown
Lawrence
pass
has
to
been
Brenton Strange.
dialing it up, man. Brenton Strange. Told you guys to pick up Brenton Strange. He got hurt this year, was out for about 5-6 games, but once he came back, I mean, he's been pretty good. Second and 10 here, they're probably going to hand the ball off, which they do. They're going to get 3 or 4, probably just 3 yards total. That's really tough, man. Now you set them up, and now you set up another third and medium to long. And it's just like you can't play football like this with Clayton Tune. Clayton Tune's basically getting set up for failure here. So 3rd and 6, you got to get this. I mean, your offense has been stagnant, right?
Hold on. I'm going to push back a little bit here. So they're showing a statistic. Vikings defense, 5th in total yards, 3rd in passing yards, 2nd in 25-yard passing plays, 1st in the red zone, 5th. So he's starting against a premier defense on the road with the backup. So let's cut him a little bit of grace here.
Oh, there we go.
Well,
quarterback power to the right side for Clayton Tune, and he picks up the 1st down. There we go. A little bit of creativity in the play calling. Clayton Tune's not the worst athlete in the world, so I'm glad they're getting a little creative here, trying to go outside. I think opportunities for this Vikings defense are there to run at it from the outside. I think the strength is up the middle here for the Vikings. I don't know if you necessarily want to be running in between the guards or the tackles. Let's see. Another toss play to the outside with Brooks. That's what I'm talking about. 6 yards for Brooks here. I think keep running to the outside, and that should be your success here.
I'm on like a 2-second delay from you.
Okay.
Let me try and reload this page again. All right. So here we go. Bunch formation to the left. 2nd and 5. Clayton Tune. Brooks in the backfield.
I'd expect another run
handoff.
here.
Gets a couple yards. So it's 3rd and manageable now. But like I was saying, Cleveland is up 14-6 on the Bengals. Just a quick scoreboard update. Dallas is up 10-6 on the Giants in New York. So nothing crazy. Atlanta's still up 7-0. Telling you, man, I think Kyle Pitts is going to get in the end zone. Jacksonville's got that 14-7 lead, as we talked about. Houston leads the Colts 12-10, 13-10. My apologies. And here we go. We got is that like a stack bunch, and then 84 motion from right to left, inside handoff, lost the yards. So 4th down for the Packers. Punt the football. Get off the field.
You punt the football. I think with how the offense has been going, I think it's a clear punt here. Blake Cashman with the tackle, but in certain instances,
if you look at everybody's up on the line of scrimmage right there. Everybody, like that's where you do a little play action mash route,
or audible out of the run in general, and just try to run a quick stick concept, something like that.
Green Bay will punt from their own 43, 44-yard line, 47-yard line.
All right, let's
Wheeland's
see.
already got 3 punts. He had a 68-yarder.
All right, woink, bonk.
And it's taken for down at the 9-yard line. So good. Special teams, which have been a disaster for the Packers, are getting it done today.
Absolutely.
And did they rough the punter?
Oh, no.
No, that's not the punter because that guy was by the end zone. So that was a gunner. We're going to commercial break, folks. 2nd quarter, 9 minutes, 4 seconds. Minnesota leads the game 3-0. It's an injury timeout. It'll be 1st and 10 for Minnesota when they come back. But we got 12 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in, whether you're watching on X or on YouTube, whether you're on Bobby's channel, my channel. Please like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate all of you tuning in. So I want to give you guys a round of applause here. I'm going to step away for a moment. So what a great, great game so far. I mean, for what you're getting with the Packers backups in there and things along that sort. It's just been kind of a disaster piece, but it's as best as you can get it. So, you know, you don't want to put too much on film. You want to get ready for the playoffs. If you're the Packers, you're the Vikings, you got everybody out there, but I think you're going to pull the starters eventually. You're going to pull Jefferson. I'm almost certain of it after he gets his 2 more yards, 1,000-yard season. For his, I don't know if he's trying to build a streak or if they have incentives, but a lot of financial incentives come into play in this game, and that's why you see players playing longer than usual. This is the Week 18 where all these games have some kind of significance. Well, not all of them, but the most premier game in the NFC South right now is the Falcons and the Saints, as the winners of those games determine playoffs for other teams, which is kind of a crazy thing. If the Falcons win, the Panthers are in. If the Saints win, Tampa Bay is in. So interesting setups going along in the wild and wacky NFC South. So, but we love football here on this channel. This is our potentially this is our final regular season broadcast for the 2025 NFL season. It's been a lot of fun. We've been going over college football this year. We've been experimenting with what we want to do. This is our first season doing shows together. I'm definitely going to be doing my college basketball picks are going to be up every day. My free NFL pick is up right now. You just click on my YouTube channel, you'll see it's up. It's a little YouTube short. Kindly appreciate it if you guys liked and subscribed. That's the way to build my audience. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. I'm currently at 233. If you guys can get me there and tell a friend, hey, Justin Paul Sports here. He does sports betting. All of my picks are up. It's just stuff like that. Every day there will be a basketball pickup. There'll be football picks up in accordance. And when March comes, I'll have UFL picks up. And then after the UFL season, I'll kind of take a break and we'll do our previews in the summer again, get ready for the next football season. McCarthy started 5 for 5 for 59 yards since then, 0-3, first and 10 for the Vikings at the 9-yard line. I formation, inside handoff. They had Mason dead to rights behind the line of scrimmage, but managed to cut inside and get 4 yards. So poor tackling for the Green Bay Packers. And it's just cost them on their run game. Interior run games has been good and cooked. Quick update from Houston. They're showing C.J. Stroud. Scrolls left. It's a nice little touchdown pass. I can't see who it is. They cut away. Can't hear it. So sorry for the poor analysis there. But here we go. Offset I formation. McCarthy kind of makes a mistake there, but gets it off to number 84, and he gets all the way to the 15. Or outside the 15, I'm sorry, the 25. That's a big gain.
Josh Oliver, man.
They should have had, looked like a busted play there. They should have had, on the previous play, a tackle for loss, but 48 whiffed on his tackle. And then watch here, McCarthy just kind of looks like a broken play action run. I don't know what that is, or if he's just elusive and just made a throw.
That was a good throw, man. Good arm angles there. He did that at Michigan here and there. Hence why he was a first-round pick. Whenever he was able to get out of the pocket and make some plays, I mean, he's able to do that. It's just his decision-making is all over the place.
Baron Sorrell is in there, the rookie from Texas, getting some reps in for the Packers. I do like to see that. I think he's got some potential on the interior line like that. The Packers were showing a bare front on that previous play, putting 5 down on the line. So second and 9 here. It's got to be time to get Jefferson the ball here. Like, they've got to get his 1,000 yards.
I wonder if they take him out, man. I really do. He's not. He is on the field against number 38 here. There he is. Jefferson is officially over 1,000 receiving yards for, I think, his 5th straight year now.
He's doing it. He's got one-on-one on the outside there. Packers are running
dangerous
a
throw.
Stick route. Just a little stick route. If I'm the Vikings, I'm taking him out. You're not getting hurt for next year. 6 seasons.
6 straight seasons.
Ties Randy Moss for Minnesota franchise record.
Oh, he's still on the field. He wants to play, man. Let him play.
Should. They get paid a lot of money. Yeah,
McCarthy there we go. Jalen Naylor. Probably the best wide receiver 3 in the NFL. I guess Emeka Egbuka counts, but
He's not even
Jalen
wide
Naylor's
receiver
a
three.
really
Aguka's fourth. He's fourth. He's behind McMillan down there.
You think so?
Yes. His production's fallen off a cliff. Now Jefferson's coming out. Look at these Vikings fans. They're in the warmth. What kind of Viking sits and plays inside? Get out of here with this nonsense. I formation for the Vikings. They're at the 30-yard line of Green Bay. 1st and 10. We got 5:40 left in the first half. And it's just a simple run right, and the Packers over pursue, and Chandler gets about 4 yards.
Ty Chandler's got some good acceleration to him. He just doesn't. He's got
10-0
some,
Atlanta. 10-0.
10-0 Atlanta.
Dirty Bird, baby. Dirty Bird's going to get it done. The Dirty Bird is going to get Bryce Young to the playoffs.
Wait a second. What happened here? Oh, no. Let's change the game cast here for just a moment. Looks like we have Cam Ward has been ruled out. That's really tough.
Play action pass to McCarthy. He's got all eternity to throw it. Throws to the left side and
throws it away. I would have liked him to use his legs a little bit there instead of standing back there like a statue. But the Jaguars just scored a 60-yard fumble recovery touchdown. So they're up 21-7 there. Brandon Allen, Titans look like they're going to be done. We'll see. There's a lot of football left to be played, but Cam Ward's already been ruled out. That's really tough.
So we're closing in on the first half here. Any thoughts on the Packers secondary or the Packers second teamers playing in this game?
Honestly, holding the Vikings to 3 points, and even if they get a touchdown scored, Jalen Naylor almost gets the first down. Do you go for it here within your own 30? I think you keep JJ on the field. Just get one of your fourth down plays out there. I mean, there's no point in kicking another field goal right here.
Listen, I'm doing a run because the Packers can't stop the run. Oh, it's going to be a tush push. He
gets it. He got it.
Barely got it. Oh, that spot! Oh, they gave it to him right away. I'd measure that. I would measure it, see where that ball is. That was really close based on that spot. They can't see that yellow line.
What is wrong with J.J. McCarthy? Is he okay?
We're going to see.
There's a reason why the Chiefs don't do QB sneaks anymore, because one time it's like Mahomes hurt his wrist or something.
No, his knee almost. He almost tore his ACL.
Yeah.
On a sneak. I remember. Oh, they challenged him the spot. I think it's a good challenge. You got nothing to gain or lose in this game, but that looked really close. Like I thought it was worth measuring.
I thought the second effort kind of pushed the ball over the line there. What is wrong with J.J. McCarthy now? See, that's another big – I don't understand. I mean, at Michigan, he didn't really have a lot of durability issues, but he's not the biggest quarterback. He doesn't have the biggest frame either. And he's a guy that runs a lot, and he's not – it just seems like every time he gets hit, man, he's about as bad as Jackson Dart. Yeah, I think he got it right there. Maybe not. Really That's a really good challenge.
Williams slamming him. Did he land on his head or something? Like right there is where he got hurt. Like maybe his neck just snapped a little bit. That's what it looks like he's doing. Like I think he might be tight or tense in his neck. Wiping his head with a towel. I don't think they're going to find anything to overturn this, though, but it's close. So they call the first down. That was quick. I don't think there's any evidence to overturn it.
That's the thing, right? All right. Well, let's go ahead and see what they do on first down. I'd like to see a little bit of caution thrown to the wind here, see if you can get a touchdown here.
I'd like to see Green Bay get him a turnover.
Yeah, that could happen. Interesting. They've converted their last 7 fourth down attempts, which is the longest for the Vikings this season of any team. All right, let's see if it's another Jordan Mason run. Oh my
Jefferson's still
goodness.
there.
They almost jumped off sides again.
Inside run. There it is.
Great
Just
vision by Jordan Mason.
puts him in a first and goal.
Trayvon Diggs with the tackle. You know, he's been banged up a decent amount this year, Trayvon Diggs has. So I'm kind of surprised that they actually are playing him right now. I guess to try to get him acclimated to the defense. But way to go. Really good open field tackle in the face of Jordan Mason, who's got a pretty nice stiff arm. I'd give it straight to Mason again if I'm the Vikings. Oh, play action. Jordan Addison, maybe? Wow. Didn't even give him a chance there, JJ.
Man, oh man.
I felt like that throw was late. I felt like Jordan Addison would have been open there if he would have just thrown a little sooner.
Simple rollout, right? But that wasn't a good. He's covered. Diggs had him covered. Not Diggs. Who is that? Can't see. I don't know all these backup players' names. Sorry, Packer fans. I don't have the whole roster memorized. But like these are practice squad players. There are people with some. Those three photographers had really bad haircuts. All three of them. All right, two wideouts to the left, single back formation. McCarthy does play action left. He's looking, throws a little inside screen and short to Chandler. So now it'll be third and goal from the 7-yard line. Packers defense has shown some pride here. Like,
yeah,
for a
bend
bunch
don't break mentality. That's for sure. That's actually a pretty smart play from JJ McCarthy, all things considered. Packers sniffed out that screen pretty well, and they'll teach offensive coordinators are going to teach quarterbacks all day. If the play's blown up, don't try to make a play, just throw it to the feet. And that's what they did.
third and goal. We got just a simple 3 wide receiver look.
Third and
Shotgun
goal, I'd look
formation.
Jefferson here, but he looks like he's going to be bracketed, double teamed. Going to go to him anyways, and doesn't get hit. I mean, that was open. JJ just sails it. That's probably the fourth or fifth pass here that he has sailed 2-3 yards over what he's supposed to. I mean, Jefferson is open here. Crosses the face here. Just got to put it at the back pylon. Just can't do it.
Jeff Hafley making the improper motion there on TV, folks. For those of you who are, don't see, Bobby knows. All right, so the Vikings like up for the line for a field goal. Well, Riker does not miss, folks. He's an Alabama alum, right down Broadway. 6-0 in Minnesota. Packers secondary showing some pride. I wonder if they're going to let Clayton Tune try to open it up a little bit here on the offense.
It's a pseudo 2-minute warning. I don't think running the ball is going to be very good here. I think they start the drive off running, try to get a first down, get that clock down a little bit, and then start trying to open up the offense a little bit. But, I mean, you got to do something. Currently, he's 2 of 4 for 10 yards passing. So you got to do something with him.
Hey, throw yourself a streak route to Golden. Dude's lightning fast. Why not?
With Golden? Yeah,
he's got to get some look,
man.
I mean, to be fair, this is the Vikings' #1 defense, and it's an elite defense. So there's obviously, going to be some limitations with the Packers 2 against the Vikings 1 on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're just going to kind of see that.
Yeah. I was really puzzled. I know that the wide receivers in this last draft, Matthew Golden had a lot of hype because he ran really fast. But I just was never really a Matthew Golden guy. I'm looking at my rankings right here for last year. He was my wide receiver 9. I had guys like Tez Johnson, Kyle Williams, Jack Besh, Emeka Egbuka, obviously Luther Burden, Tet, and Travis all over him. So I was really puzzled to see him. And Tez Johnson's a guy that went in the 7th round. Actually, I'm not mistaken. Tez Johnson has more receiving yards on the year than Matthew Golden. But, yeah, I mean, he's just – great hit. But he's just it's been really hard for him to find his way in this offense because he kind of profiles as a deep threat, and Christian Watson's the deep threat. So, and he doesn't really have great yak ability like a Jaden Reed does. And he doesn't have like the route running chops or the possession that Dontavian Wicks has. So it's just like, where does he fit in? It was just a really puzzling draft pick for me whenever y'all picked him. So we're going to see. I mean, he's on the field again. Obviously, Clayton Tune's not helping him, but 1st and 10, less than 3 minutes left in the first half. Gets, ooh.
Don't run backwards. Don't run. He's running backwards. That's how you
Oh,
get
my
cut.
goodness.
He ran all the way back
That
to
is
3.
horrible. He's done that twice today. They did it on the toss play where he tried to cut it back.
So now it's 2nd and
19
probably
yards.
20.
That's Emmanuel
29.
Wilson.
Plus 19 yards on that rush.
Yeah. You just got to fall forward there. You just got to fall forward and try to get as many yards as you can because Emmanuel Wilson doesn't exactly scream speed. You know what I mean? That's not his game.
They give him the ball again, though, and he gets 4. So Packers are obviously going to take it to the 2-minute warning.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean,
He
that's
currently
going to
has 7 attempts for negative 14 yards. Emmanuel Wilson does. That's really tough.
Quietly screaming internally as he looks at the play sheet. We're at the 2-minute warning.
Was that 3rd and 20 right now?
These brave Vikings fans enduring the cold inside that 70-degree dome.
Well, while we're at commercial break, let's go ahead and talk about the scores right now. 20-10. Houston's up on Indianapolis. 20-10. Dallas up 10-9 versus the Giants. Cleveland's up 14-6. That score hasn't changed versus the Bengals. Tyler Shuck got another rushing touchdown, 1-yard rushing touchdown. Looks like they probably did a tush push or something. They're down 10-7 versus the Falcons. Score is still looking 21-7 versus the Titans. The Jaguars are up on them. So lowest scoring game is the one that we're watching thus far. A very hard defensive battle right here. Yeah, man, they're not getting things going right now.
That's why we got 13 viewers. 15 viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in to unquestionably the most polarizing matchup of the morning slate. And thanks for those of you that tuned in to watch our Cover 2 Cash preview games of all the games earlier with the picks against the spread. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Having ourselves a good old time. Just doing our own form of commentary on the game in real time. This is absolutely how I don't watch football. I usually watch it on the couch on the Red Zone channel. But I do like to see, me as a football fan, like when I watch Alabama play those Division II schools or whatever, and it's an inferior opponent, I do like to watch the second halves of those games to see all the backups play and see what they're capable of. So I am enjoying this in a way. I mean, I know the Packers' results aren't going the way they are, but I want to see the offensive line get work. I'd like to see Diggs get a few more snaps just to get used to the defensive coverage. I don't know if he's in there or not. But it's been quite the football game. I mean, just that run just killed them.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of happy that they're giving Diggs a chance to work because hasn't really played up to, his 2023 self where he got all those interceptions and made all those plays. But I would like to see him get acclimated in this offense, try to get him ready.
Defense. He's a defensive player.
Yeah. So we'll definitely see how many, if he does make a play or not. But Matthew,
I think they're going to let him rip. Vikings
3rd and 24.
3 wide to the left. I think. Here we go.
Thank
That'd
you.
be a halfback swing.
Yeah.
Soon back to throw. He's in the end zone. He scrambles right.
Throws it
away.
Yeah, I mean, all right.
Poor Clayton. He didn't ask for this. I mean, that running back set the whole drive back by running backwards for 19 yards.
Yeah, there's not much Tune can do there.
Oh, Shuck with the...
it was a fake handoff.
Oh, man.
That was actually kind of nice. I like that play call. All right.
Whelan set for his 4th punt. The Packers have done diddly poo on offense.
Look. He's getting his money's worth. They're getting their money's worth out of the punter today for sure. Fifth punt on the day, doink. Great punt, all things considered. Down at the
41.
41-yard line for the Vikings. So they're going to have their own pseudo 2-minute drill here. So let's see.
I mean, JJ hasn't looked great.
No, he
He
sailed a
just like
lot of passes, left a lot to be desired. I mean that should have been a touchdown. That should have been a Justin Jefferson touchdown.
yeah, he's just. I just think the Vikings whiffed on that first round pick when they took him. I bet they're kicking themselves in their own ass for not keeping Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's
Yeah.
going to the playoffs as a 1 seed. He had a great season for Minnesota, nearly had them as a 1 seed. So the Vikings have 121 passing yards. The Green Bay Packers have -3.
Yep, that's accounting in sack yardage as well. Justin Jefferson again.
A little swing route.
Good stuff.
3 yards.
I wish he was doing this for me, in fantasy. But it's okay. It's no big deal.
I didn't tell you I'm in a keeper league, and I made a trade. It's a super flex league. Hold on. McCarthy's back to pass. Throws in the flat
Josh
to
Oliver
Oliver,
bullies his way
down.
for a first down.
But I traded
Oh, he's hurt.
Omarion Hampton,
Okay.
and I think it's I'd have to look it up here. I'll look it up at halftime. And
Did you get
Jaden
Justin
Daniels,
Jefferson?
no, for I gotta look. I'll look here at the break because I don't remember, but I know it was Hampton and Daniels are off my team, and I got the 1.6 and something else. I have to look.
Okay.
Can't think of what it is off the top of my head.
All right. Well, 2nd and 8, they just threw a swing route to Ty Chandler. He stumbled his way out of bounds for 2 yards.
It was Jordan Love.
Okay.
So, because I don't think Hampton has got the speed. I don't think he's going to be what everybody thinks he is.
I think he's fine as like a Josh Jacobs type. That's who I comped him to, was Josh Jacobs.
Packers showing heavy on the left side there. They don't come. They drop back into coverage and they swat it down. Great play by Oladipo there on the defense to just swat the pass up. Vikings are in 3rd and long. Again, this is all the Viking starters are playing. And
well, you can tell if you put pressure on J.J. McCarthy. I mean, yeah, he had a wide open Jalen Naylor there. Wide open Jalen Naylor. They did a really good job batting that ball down. 3rd and 8 for the Vikings, up 6-0. 54 seconds left in the half. Honestly, I'd try to get 3-4 yards here.
They're back to pass. He's going to go deep. McCarthy throws the middle of the field wide open. Jalen Naylor.
Great throw.
Right at the 20. So
great throw, great ball placement, great zip on the ball as well. That's why he was a first-round pick. He just can't put it together.
On 3rd and long, I'm always going to bring pressure. I'm going to make the quarterback make decisions. I'm going to make him especially make decisions. It's just when you give him time back there, he's got all day long in these zone coverages to find the holes in the zone. At this level at the NFL, you're going to find the holes in the defense and make plays.
And he's done that 2 or 3 times now where he's just been able to sit in the pocket here. I mean, he's not even in a pocket right now. He's not stepping up. He doesn't have to. But that was great zip. That was great zip on the ball. But realistically, you're not going to have that time, and you're not going to have that clean of a pocket every play. And that's what separates him from the good quarterbacks in the NFL is when he doesn't have that pocket, he's looking to run. And
he's not pass throwing deep to the end zone, and he just overthrows Addison.
That's the 6th time now that he's overthrown somebody. Trevor Lawrence is going absolute ghost mode right now. He's got 3 touchdown passes in the first half versus the Titans. Yes, it's the Titans, but man.
Well, I think when Cam Ward was ruled out, that kind of deflates the team.
Yeah, that's really tough, man.
I really liked Cam Ward. I thought he was the right pick, number 1 overall for that franchise.
Yep.
And I think the Titans have, it's going to take a couple of years there, but they're going to definitely build something amazing there, I think. even though that owner is grossly unpopular. Packers only send 4. Cox gets over there,
Let's see what he
and
does on
99
the
calls for
run.
7. What a throw.
Great throw on the run by
And
J.J. McCarthy.
so the Packers force him out of the pocket, rolls right, throws a tiptoe pass on the boundary. Perfect spiral, perfect release, 2 feet in, first and goal
Yeah.
from the 3. So
Great toe tap there.
If I'm the Vikings, I'm just going to give it to Mason here. Just give me 6 points.
Yep. That's what I'm doing here. He's obviously your go-to guy
Yep,
right
I'm
now. He's
out.
averaging over 5 yards a carry.
So let's see what they do
Or
here.
they love using JJ McCarthy on the goal line here.
Well, they give it to Ty Chandler. He gets to the 2.
Ty Chandler almost got there.
I guess Mason's not going to play anymore today. Maybe he got his incentive. But I'm glad to see these guys for the Packers getting their reps. Real-time reps against starters. Like, I'm glad that the Vikings aren't sitting anybody because it's going to make – you can't replace experience. A road NFL playoff game – or a road NFL game against starters in division – that's the kind of reps that are going to help the depth of your football team. It's like I was saying earlier about Alabama seeing, the backups play against other team starters, even if they're not as elite. I mean, the Vikings have a chance here to have a winning season.
Yep.
If the Bears win, the Lions will finish in last place. What a statement, huh? I mean, the Detroit Lions, who won 15 games last season, lose both their coordinators. And everybody's saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter." I mean, it mattered tremendously. Frank Ragnow retiring really hurt that team. I bet you the Lions go for center in the draft.
There was a lot of really, questionable snaps from the center this year.
All right. The Packers just clogged the line. And they give it to CJ Ham who gets in for the touchdown.
CJ Ham, the fullback. Look, you said it earlier.
Don't complicate it.
Don't
complicate it.
Let's give it to CJ Ham. He's a big boy, big fullback. Let's take it back to 1955.
Well, when you're at the goal line, right?
Go for 2.
It takes more time for the play to develop to give it to the halfback than the fullback. If you're giving it to the fullback, he's already closer to the line of scrimmage. He's halfway there. And it's far enough back from the line of scrimmage to get some momentum to just bulldoze your way in the end zone there. So, extra point by Reichard. Kick is up.
Probably would have went for 2 there and make it a 2-possession game, but I guess don't worry about that right now.
Now with Clayton
go for 2 later whenever they actually score points on you. Makes sense.
So 23 seconds until the half. Vikings lead 13-0 in a meaningless game for both these teams, but meaningful reps for the Packers backups.
Yeah.
And the game experience helps if they have to come in next week, for the wild card. The Vikings season ends here. So next year, last year the Packers finished the season against Chicago. This year they finish against Minnesota. So next year they'll finish against Detroit to end the season, probably in the Silver, what is it called? Ford Field now, Silver Dome. I'm aging myself, folks. I'm an old man. 14 viewers, thanks for tuning in to our Packers-Vikings live broadcast. We legally cannot show you the feed, obviously, but we are giving you a play-by-play. We got the scoreboard up there talking ball, talking all these playoff implications for these games. And Vikings fans are excited. I mean, this is the last time they're going to see their team for the year because that's what you get when you're in Minnesota and you play indoors. The Bears are going to build that new stadium, and it's going to be indoors, and the Packers will be the only team playing outdoors, man, in the North. The Lions are indoors. The Vikings are indoors. The Bears will be indoors. But, hey,
all right.
I guess that's the path you want to go down. The Titans are going to be indoors. Football loses its mystique indoors. I think that there's something to be said about the sun and nature and real grass. So the Packers downed it, but they had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, so it goes to the 20-yard line. So I'm assuming the Packers are just going to give an inside give here or kneel.
Yeah. So obviously, people are going to look at the stat line here and see one target for Matthew Golden, one drop. But Clayton Tune has 2 completions on the day. Yep. Not even an inside give. They're just going to kneel the ball down. And they're going to go into the halftime down 13-0.
I'll be right back. Keep them entertained, Bobby. I'll be right back.
Of course. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to trash talk Matthew Golden some more. Sorry, Matthew Golden, but I don't know. He wasn't ever really a good first round pick even before the combine. For whatever reason, the combine kills a lot of teams. The combine, and look, guys, I get it. Combine performances are important because you get to see a better idea of an athletic profile for a player. But at the end of the day, ball is ball, athletics are athletics. Okay. So Bucky Irving had a terrible showing, right? Terrible showing in the combine. And he goes out there. He's a day 3 pick because of it. And here we are. Bucky Irving is a starting running back, was amazing last year, banged up a little bit this year, but still was good. You look at guys like Kyle Monungai, who didn't perform that well athletically. Look at what he's done. You just have to look at the film. And I feel I'm a guy that's film before combine always. If a guy can play on Sundays or Saturdays for college, then he can play. Doesn't matter what his athletic measurables are. And when you see guys like Omarion Hampton, I had Omarion Hampton as my RB3. He's still good. And I had Matthew Golden as my wide receiver 8. Had plenty of guys over him. Had Kyle Williams over him. I know he hasn't played a lot, but mark my words, Kyle Williams is going to be a problem for the Patriots. Had guys like Jalen Royals over him. I know he hasn't got to play a lot for the Chiefs, but I loved that pick for the Chiefs. So, yeah, I mean, you look at the film, you look at how they play in game. Combine is important, but I feel like teams really overvalue combine performances, and I think that's why Matthew Golden was a first-round pick.
Who did I say I wanted the Packers to draft?
Luther Burden. But see, the problem with that, I don't think the Packers went wide receiver.
Oh.
Unless you're worried that Christian Watson's not going to play anymore. Y'all had wide receivers galore. Maybe y'all didn't have a bona fide wide receiver 1, but I feel like that's a little – I mean, the Patriots don't have a bona fide wide receiver 1, and they're fighting for the 1 seed in the AFC. You know, if you have a competent quarterback and decent weapons, it doesn't matter. And Luther Burden is so similar. You would utilize him basically the same way you would utilize Jaden Reed, and that would just be an issue, right? You'd have 2 of the same player. Even though I do think Luther Burden's a little bit better of a route runner than Jaden Reed is.
So I am going to bust with some breaking news. As you see, I threw the little breaking news banner up there.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I am an Alabama Crimson Tide fan through and through. And we've just received word that somebody from the Alabama Crimson Tide is entering the transfer portal. Right guard Wilkin Formby, who has been the Achilles heel of the offensive line, is entering the draft portal, folks, or is entering the transfer portal. So he will not be on the Alabama Crimson Tide. And with that being said, we love to see it. We love to see it. He's been an absolute liability back there. Like, he got shoved around. It just was Packers or Alabama fans were extremely irritated with his performance this year. He took over for Elijah Pritchett, who transferred out to Iowa last year. Michael Carroll absolutely came in and played right tackle. So we're going to see more and more things happen here with the transfer portal. It was just that's Packer, or believe me, I'm just reading the comments here from Alabama fans. But just for he's got 2 years of eligibility remaining. He's 6'7", 324. But I'm going to read you some of these comments from Alabama fans about him entering the transfer portal. Are you ready? Praise the Lord. Washed product. Big for absolutely no reason.
Hey, look at the chat.
Oh, 56 comments. Are we getting spammed?
Nah, somebody rated us.
Hey, raid, like and subscribe. Thank you guys. You'll love to see
Grossy,
it.
huh?
Yes. Yes.
Grossy
Thank you guys.
raid.
Thank you
Thank you,
for
my
tuning in.
friend.
I don't know what a Grossy rate is, but thank you so much. This must be Tom Grossy, the Green Bay Packers comedian. So thank you, Tom. We appreciate it so much. Thank you. Really, thank you so much. That's so awesome. We got some bear down guys in there, but
Looks like these are all.
Tom Grossi is he does comedy for the
Oh yeah,
Packers.
I know who he is.
He's
He's the
amazing. He
goat.
got to announce the draft pick at during the game for or during the draft when they had it in Green Bay last year, and he does comic skits every week. Really good stuff. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you, Tom Grossi, for sending that. So make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. But yeah, he's pretty funny, dude.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. Well, I guess we should plug while you're here. Justin Paul Sports does all the sports betting stuff. We do stuff every single week going over fantasy and sports betting. So if you guys want to talk about that, and if you want to do anything film related on players, things like that, that's where I come in. Bobby from Bobby's Big Board. That's what I do. A lot of film breakdown, stuff like that. So if you're interested in any of that, come hang out, subscribe to our channels. Thank you so much, Mr. Grossi.
Yes. I didn't even see that pop up there.
Yeah.
I got some subscribers for it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to the raid, I did receive. I am up to 250 subscribers. Thank you guys so much.
Heck
That
yeah,
was
man.
incredibly
That is
awesome.
awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you guys so
Man,
much.
that's super cool. Bama fan again. Listen, man. That's true. Like that's true about what we were saying about Formby. Like he's just been an absolute liability on the field. Again, some of the comments. We are saved. LFG, fire the O line coach, clean house. Thank you, Jesus. 1,070 snaps and 0 blocks. I mean, it's just been absolutely only 5 viewers now. That's okay. That's okay. We had the raid. It's good. I got some viewers on X right now. That was super cool for Grossi to do that. I'm gonna have to send him thanks. So I'm gonna thank him on X right now. He must have a team or something to be doing that. Hold on, let's see where I can
Heck
find
yeah.
him.
Well, he was probably live streaming for the first half, just
He
talking
always
about
does.
it, and then came in and rated us. But yeah, awesome. That was really cool. That was really cool by him. But anyways, 13-0 on the halftime report here. We'll go ahead and talk about the other teams here. Houston. Let's talk about Houston real quick. Houston versus Indianapolis. Indianapolis holding strong, 17-20, only down 3 points. Riley Leonard, 133 yards passing, 2 passing touchdowns. So absolutely great stuff from Riley Leonard. 2 receiving touchdowns from Alec Pierce as well.
What did I say? What did I say? That's the guy they got to throw it to. So, I mean, I was the Texans. That's exactly how I would do it. I would have made made that happen. So, I got to find a way to send Tom Grossi some love for that. That was really, really amazing stuff. See if I could find him on X. Let's go. That was really cool, man. Like Packer fans got to stick together. Is it Tom Grossi comedy? I guess it is. I'm going to thank him right now. I'm glad for you, the handful that's still stuck around. Obviously, I don't have the talent that Tom Grossi has, but he's earned his stripes. I know he was trying to get to the. I know for a while there he was working on getting to a certain threshold, and on his videos, he was let's see here. I know he's getting close to a mark. I think he was trying for a time there to hit. Oh, he's trying to get 1 million. He's at 960,000 subscribers. So he's got some good stuff though. Like he did a video about the draft with all these trades and stuff like that. He's got good comedy. He's perfect for Packer fans and Packer lore. So And I love the Green Bay Packers, so that was really, really amazing. Really amazing stuff. I didn't even see that stuff though. Like he's 40K short of 1 mil. Thank you, Izzy. Izzy, I hope you like and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, I got some viewers from that. That was pretty amazing. I don't know what else to say, but that's certainly gratitude. That's what you do when you get up top. Like you pass it down, and when you pass it down, that spreads love everywhere else. So just gotta keep doing this, Bobby. We've been doing this for how long now? For a few months, but we haven't been really calling Packer games in real
No,
time.
let me see
This is the
something
first
real
time,
quick.
this is the first time you and I have ever done it.
I'm seeing where he rated us. I have his live stream up right now.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. So we're just patiently waiting through halftime. I did like I said, like seeing the backups get in there and kind of hold this team into the points that they were, in a perspective for 13 points for as lousy as the offense has been, or for just as the play calling's been really, really, really drawn down, and the backwards run just absolutely killed this team. So, but we're going to be ready for next week. I think we're going to go into Chicago. I really think we can beat the Bears, man. I really think Green Bay can beat them. That's bias aside. I think that they're going to find a way to frustrate Caleb Williams. They've done it the last 2 times they played. If it wasn't for that onside kick, which is traumatic for Packer fans, based on that 2015 NFC Championship game, onside kick. Just a moment, Bob. Be right back.
Well, sweet. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I just saw. So watched his channel, and apparently at halftime he looks at smaller creators and stuff. So that's really cool of him. Thank you so much, Grassi. We'll come by and say hello next time you're live streaming, my friend. Thank you so much. But he is live right now. That's probably where everybody went, since he's currently. People just pop in and do it. But that was really cool of him. We appreciate that a ton. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at a halftime update. We'll go ahead and look at the box scores of all these games real quick, kind of tell you my thoughts on this. So Riley Leonard at halftime, 18 of 13, 133 yards, and 2 passing touchdowns. Really good stuff. Actually leads the team in rushing as well. Jonathan Taylor expectedly versus this Texans defense just was not going to be great. 1.4 yards a carry, but Riley Leonard, 2 dots, 2 Alec Pierce, 3 for 79, 2 touchdowns as well. Looks like Riley Leonard did lose a fumble though, so that's not great. Then we look for Houston. I know earlier you said that Houston needs a running back. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I like Woody Marks a lot. I think they just need another guy that's a little bit more of a bruiser type, since Nick Chubb is just really past his prime, unfortunately. And we don't know the status of Joe Mixon, but CJ Stroud game managing his way to another win, possibly 14 of 23, 169 and a touchdown. Woody Marks 10 for 48. Schultz had a big catch as well. I know that Nico Collins is not playing today. Jaden Higgins has been coming on strong with the whole touchdown category. We'll go ahead and go to the next game here. Dallas at the Giants.
Folks,
Dak Prescott. What's going on?
Just got to interrupt. Say the Packers have 12 total yards in 20 plays.
This game is about to kick back off, so I will be going back to that game, but we'll go through this. Jaden Blue, actually. Holy moly. 11 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown, 7 yards a carry versus this Giants defense. Coming out party for him for sure. I know it's the Giants, but CeeDee Lamb, 1 catch. George Pickens, 1 catch. Gunnar Olszewski's kind of cooking here as well. But Jackson Dart having himself a decent day as well. But game's about to kick back off again, so let's go ahead and go back to it. So
thank you to that grocery rate. I got 99 likes on that.
Yeah, I saw that. I looked at that.
So James takes it outside. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Packers. Let's see him do a little something here on offense now. Quit playing around. Let's have a little fun. Let's let it rip. Let's do those plays in the back of the playbook that you don't normally bust out. Could be some good times here. The
Yeah,
Giants
but do
do
they
like,
want to do that though? Do they want to
why
bust
not?
out some plays that? Well, you may want to save those for a rainy day on the playoffs. You know what I mean? So I know they're going to try to keep it practice squad, preseason like. So I think they're going to
Inside
stick to the
handoff.
run game. Emmanuel Wilson get his reps in. Keep Josh Jacobs fully healthy, and we expect a 20 carry performance from Josh Jacobs first round of the playoffs versus probably the Bears, but we'll have to see. But
That is
second down and
correct.
about 7 now.
We are playing the practice squad. I mean, like, but it's good for them to get reps. Like I was saying before, the Grossi raid there, which was pretty cool. Thank you, Tom Grossi. Get him
Yep.
to 1 million. Just that you like to see that here in these games that don't have meaning, but you're still getting the valuable reps.
Yep.
Tune tosses it right to Wilson. That's a good
There
hole in
we
there. And he gets the
go.
first down. That's what we want to see. Just
He
some
can be a
efficient
bowling
running
ball,
football.
man. Once he gets a head of steam going, that's when he really can get things going. But with this interior O line basically out because they're resting them, it's going to take a little bit to him to get going, right? Because Emmanuel Wilson, he's a guy that once he gets ahead of steam, he can plow forward for 12, 13, 14 yards pretty easily. He's not going to break a 60-yarder because he doesn't have the speed. But he's a guy kind of like Ollie Gordon, where if he doesn't get ahead of steam, he can get stopped for a loss pretty consistently.
Hey, Tune with a nice little throw there for 7
Yeah,
yards.
on the road. Jaden Reed coming off of he was not in that play, right? Jaden Reed came off the bench and came over and helped out his buddy. That's a good sign. Always great.
I'm really glad that the offensive line is getting some work here in this game. It just
Absolutely.
it's just like with Morgan, with these high round draft picks and Belton, like I want to see them get their reps. Morgan was a first round pick, so he's got
Yep.
some stuff to do. Simple inside handoff again with the
Good.
first
Getting skinny through the hole for
second
Emmanuel
level.
Wilson. That was a great run there. That
Yeah,
was his
past the
third
40-yard line.
cutback lane there. So that
So
was
here
a
we go.
very good run.
So the Packers have made the playoffs. They're showing in the history. 2 seed, 1 seed, 1 seed, missed the playoffs, 7 seed, 7 seed, 7 seed. Only 7 seed to win a playoff game in 23. And quite frankly, they should have beat the 49ers. That was just a choke by the kicker. Carlson's never been forgiven for that. That's a nice little inside run there on first down,
Yep.
gaining some yards. So now we're getting some push here on the Vikings defense. Does the Vikings still have their starters in there? I didn't see. But
Well, Emmanuel Wilson's seen the field better right now. That's
yeah,
the big thing. I mean that last run that he had for about 13 yards or so, he really had to get some sweet feet under him and cut back to the opposite B gap there to really get that going. And that was a really impressive one. A
I think
really
the second
impressive run.
teamers are in for Minnesota.
I see Byron Murphy there. No, Van Ginkel's still in. I think this is
Okay.
still the first team.
So they do a toss right for a loss there. So it's going to be 3rd and long. And man, just like do something here.
I feel
Just
like this is
all
a
pass
4 down
play.
territory already, right? Because I mean, you got Clayton Tune out there. You're not starting any of your starters. I think it's just time to go for broke a little bit here. And
Well, actually, if I'm the Packers, I want my special teams to get the reps. Treat it like a normal game. Just get them. Well, this is kind of far for a field goal, though. So it might be 4 down territory.
Matthew Golden lining up at X. I hate that.
Throw
I
it to
loved
him.
him a lot more as a slot option.
Oh,
Oh
sacked.
no, Dallas Turner again blowing up the play. That's his second sack of the game. First one was a strip sack.
What's that question say? One for you to chat about, lads. AR, let's see here. I'll take this question. AR hinting he will be a free agent. Thoughts of him doing a Favre and going back to the Pack? No. Aaron Rodgers would never be a backup. Favre didn't come back as a backup. I think Rodgers might come back for one more year if Tomlin's still the coach in Pittsburgh. But if Tomlin's out, Packers are punting, by the way. But if Tomlin's out, I think that'll be a career for Rodgers. I can't see anywhere else that he'd go. He's not going to go somewhere where he doesn't have a chance to win the Super Bowl. I'd like to see him come back for retire for one day. I mean, he's always going to be a Packers legend. There's not going to be any other quarterback. By doing a Favre, I mean going to the Vikings. No.
Could you imagine?
Well, I've already lived it. But no, I don't think that the Vikings would go with it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so
I think
either.
I think it really hurt Favre's legacy going and playing in Minnesota. Like it just would be a slap in the face. And it's funny because Greg Jennings did that and absolutely fell off the cliff. Favre. So here's the thing: when Favre went there, they should have beat New Orleans, and there was some really lousy officiating in that NFC Championship game. I mean, the Saints were playing really dirty football, got a lot of late hits on Favre late in that game. And then, Favre does what he always does is he throws those picks and it costs them the game. But they should have never been in that position. That Vikings team is really good. I think they would have took the Colts to the limit, potentially could have won it. A Favre Manning matchup would have been absolute elite. But the Saints ended up handling their business in that game. But I don't think that Aaron Rodgers is going to sign anywhere and sit on the bench. I don't. I don't think he. So I don't think he loves football like that, like Favre did, or some other players. I think when you've been doing something your whole life, you kind of just want to do something else. You want to do something else. He'd been sitting there and playing football, and he's been mulling retirement kind of since he was with Green Bay, and it's been his 3 seasons already. And I think he's going to be the type of guy that when he retires from football, I don't think he's going to be around the game. I don't think you're going to see him in a TV booth. I don't think he's going to coach. I don't think he's going to do radio. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to do what Aaron Rodgers wants to do. And people think he's a strange guy, but I don't think he's a strange guy. I think you just, when you get older and you get in your 40s, I'm in my late 40s, you just want to do things that interest you. And when you lose passion for something like that, you're not the same person that's trying to make it in the NFL. He's not that 25-year-old guy who's trying to make his name in the league. He's a 4-time league MVP, Super Bowl champ. He's done it all. You want to do different things. You've got plenty of money. He's a different cat. And I just think Rodgers is going to take a break from football when he's done with it. I do. I think Aaron Rodgers would rightfully want to do it. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers will watch football when he's retired. I don't. I don't. Like, I
I don't
don't.
think there's a coaching thing there either for him.
That's it. No coaching. I don't think he's going to do TV. I don't think
Absolutely not.
I think he's going to walk away from the game and do what he wants to do, whether that's his shaman stuff. And I'm not making fun of him because I love Aaron Rodgers as a person and a player. You know, uh, Vikings throw a little screen route there to Jefferson for about 9. But he was asking. I think when he's done with football, he's done with it. And like I was saying, like how old are you, Bobby? Are you 30 yet?
I'm 27.
You're 27. So I'm 47. Okay, and you and I have probably extremely different aspirations and things that we'd enjoy, things I've done in my 20 years longer on earth that you have, to where I'm not the same person that I was when I was your age. Different goals, different career ambitions, different things you want to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. When you get old, you just change as a man or as a person. Nobody's the same person they are 20 years ago. Hell, we're not even the same people we are 5 years ago. So what a play there by the Packers, just kind of keeping that
Well,
run from kicking out.
I do have to head out of here, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Uh, I may do something tonight for the night game, but I do have to head out now, do some stuff with the family. But thank everybody for watching, subscribing, all of that. Thank you guys so much.
All right, Bobby, take care of yourself.
Of course. See you, my friend. I'll send you this link.
No, it's all right. I'm just going to shut this down.
Really?
They'll just have to look at my pretty face.
Oh, heck yeah. All right,
So,
man.
well, I'll pull it up on the separate screen here in a minute, but it's a nice pass
All
to
right.
Jefferson. So they're going to get his
Jettas.
yards.
Thank you,
Bob.
my friend.
All right, folks. Well, Bobby has to take off. And with that being said, I'm going to try and pull up the ESPN tracker myself here. So give me just a moment here so you guys can see the real-time scoreboard. So quick score rundown real quick. Texans are up 23-17 at the half against Indianapolis. The Giants lead the Cowboys 16-10. That game's in the third quarter. Browns lead the Bengals 17-12 in the third. Saints and Falcons 10-7. Atlanta coming in the second half there. Vikings obviously up 13-0 in this game against Green Bay. And the Jaguars are up 31-7, putting the belt to the rear end of the Titans. Vikings try to run it on 2nd and 1. Cannot get the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and short. Let's get the let me just get going here with this one. Full scoreboard. And we'll do box score. And I'm going to share the tab with you guys. Here we go here. Let's see. I'm going to share screen, share. All right, Minnesota back to pass. McCarthy is out. Browsmer is in the game, so I don't know if it's coach's decision or if there's an injury, but now they cannot get the first down, so it's fourth down, and Minnesota will have to. It looks like McCarthy's injured. So he can't grip the football according to the game cast. So once again, just want to say thank you to Tom Grossi for giving me a shout out. He did not have to do that. It's very gracious of him. And thanks to that, I got 100 likes on this stream. That's super cool. Thank you so much. Minnesota back to punt. Packers bring a little bit of pressure there. The punt is away. The punt is deep. It's taken at the 11-yard line. So that was a hell of a punt by Minnesota to put the Packers, pin them deep, who have not been able to get in the scoreboard. There's 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Minnesota leads the game 13-0. I think McCarthy's day is probably done, but he's looking around. And I think he wants to help. But Max Brosman there really can kind of take a little bit of pressure off on the defense for the Green Bay Packers. So good stuff. Good stuff. Got 15 viewers. Just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports for all that you do. So, heck yeah, we're going to enjoy these games. Hopefully, the Bears win their game against Detroit, so that way we can see a Packers-Bears rematch in the playoffs. We've only seen that once, so that's really good stuff here. I wonder if I should do the game cast on here. Let's see if we could do the instead of just the statistics. Yeah, we'll just leave that stats up so you guys can see. Get rid of the advertisements there. We'll just leave it on the overview. Actually, we could just you guys just want to see Packers stuff. I will do an overview so you can get kind of a comparison. So JJ McCarthy has played the full game, mostly 14 to 23 for 182 yards. So that's a very pedestrian output. Jordan Mason got 10 carries, 46 yards. Jefferson, though, they may try to get him 100 yards on the day. They've had success in the air. The Packers offensively have just been a total wreck. So, but like you said, we're playing all the practice squad players. We're doing what we can. McCarthy looked disinterested there. Maybe. I mean, I think when you get injured and you want to play and the coach pulls you out of there, there's definitely a frustration going on. So, excuse me, y'all. Having myself a little Dutch Brothers coffee. Even though it is nearly 1 o'clock in the afternoon out west, I am out west, for those that know. But it's been a good game. Scoreboard isn't indicative of it. The stats aren't indicative of it, but we have seen the Packers backups go out there and show heart. The play calling has just been really dialed down, almost to a high schoolish type of effort. But it's been, kind of what you expect on a week 18 when you've got things locked up. And, reminder that the Packers are going to the playoffs and the Minnesota Vikings are going home. They're going to go to Cancun, baby. They're heading out to the beach to enjoy the sun. They can watch the Super Bowl and the playoffs from home just like the rest of us. So here we go. Packers got the ball 1st and 10. They're at their own 12-yard line. Just a simple single back formation. Tune still in the game. It's a toss right, and the Vikings swallow it up. Oh, but there's a stoppage. Penalty flag down. And it's a false start. So Green Bay's going to have 1st and 15. I'm surprised it's not. Well, it's not inside the 10, so it's not half the distance. So it's on Morgan. He's got to get these reps in there. It's good that he's getting the reps. So Jordan Love, they're showing Jordan Love still has his full uniform, his helmet on and everything, but he is not going to play today. So pistol formation here. Bunch formation on the left side, though. Tune takes a snap. He's around. He rolls out to the right. He fakes the pass. It's enough to juke the defender. He runs upfield and gets the first down. Clayton Tune with a scramble. Looks a little bit like Ty Simpson on that run. There was nothing open, so he took what the defense gave him. What an amazing play by Clayton Tune. Just trying to get some reps in there. And it's going to be some good stuff here. We want to see the Packers have an efficient drive, get some points on the board. Otherwise, Minnesota fans will never shut up. The Texans and the Colts are tied at 23. Browns lead 17-12. Single back formation, two wide to the left. Heavy on the right side with the tight ends, and it's just a toss right. Oh, and he breaks inside, and he just gets past the 30 for Brooks, so he gains about 5 yards on that toss, but cut it inside. So good vision there on the back. Didn't just run into defenders. The Colts actually took the lead, 24-23 there in Houston. And with Jacksonville absolutely hammering Tennessee, it looks like the Jags will win the AFC South. I think they win regardless. Giants do have a 2-touchdown lead on the Cowboys, 24-10. And the Falcons, baby, still up 10-7 in the NFC South bloodbath. Pistol formation again for the Packers. And it's an inside handoff to Brooks again. He got a hole on the left side, gets the first down, and a little bit more. So it's a good, efficient run on 2nd and 3. Packers out near the 40-yard line, so we got ourselves a little drive cooking here. It's late in the third quarter. Riley Leonard ran on a QB option, just broke a tackle, and scored a touchdown. So the Colts doing some damage on the road. The AFC South, it's going to go to the Jags, but both those teams are in the playoffs anyway. Single back formation for the Packers, 1st and 10, toss left. And again, cuts back inside. This is Wilson this time, gains about 4 or 5. So they're effectively running the football here. And that's what you want to see. Izzy says the Jags have been my surprise team. For me, it was the Panthers. I thought the Panthers were a playoff team as the 7 seed. But they may get in there as a division winner. It's the only way they can get in there. And the NFC South has been some wild, wild west stuff. So here we go. Single back, handoff again inside. And they get 5 more yards, so they get the first down. So the Packers are just doing simple tosses, inside runs, nothing flashy, nothing crazy. They keep showing Jordan Love in there. But there's going to be some kind of nothing that they want to put on film against the number 2 seed next week. But those afternoon slates going to hit like crack because there's some really critical matchups for the last of the playoff seeding. Packers have 5 carries, 38 yards on this drive. No passes have been thrown. Got a bunch formation to the right. Golden in motion from right to left. Tune does some play action. Nearly stumbles. Rolls to his left. Gets around the defenders. For all that for no gain. So, didn't look kind of like a busted play where he was able to make a recovery. But the pressure got to him, forced him out of the pocket. So good defense by Minnesota there. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter here, or in the third quarter. And Jordan Love, they keep showing Jordan Love on the sideline. I don't know why. Clayton Tune, single back formation, heavy set for the Packers. 2nd and 10. Toss right. And great defensive play by number 43, Van Ginkel, to just trip him up behind the line of scrimmage. So it'd be 3rd and 10. Packers are ultra hyper conservative on this drive. Now, a single pass was thrown. I don't know if they don't trust a pass pro or if they don't trust Clayton Tune to make a play. They've got 72 yards in the third quarter alone. Jaden Reed is in the ball game here. So maybe they'll take a shot here. The Vikings would love nothing more than to shut out the Packers to talk their trash to end the season. It's inverted pistol here, 84 in motion. Vikings get pressure and they get the sack. So the Vikings have forced a 4th down. The Packers are going to have to punt. Flores brings the heat. And just a reminder, these are the backups. They're going against the number 1 defense for the Minnesota Vikings. And just looking at the replay, they just sent more than they had protection. So nobody blocked 26, came in, and Clayton Tune couldn't get anything going. It's probably a longer developing play on 3rd and long. And the Packers are forced to punt. So Whelan is earning his money today, Whelan and dealing. And Minnesota punt goes, and it's fielded at the 3 by number 82, and he gets tackled at the 6. So fantastic punt. I'm surprised he didn't just call poison and let that go for a touchback. But nonetheless, 152 left in the third, 13-0 Minnesota leads, and they're going to have the ball come out of the break. Izzy says that's not a fumble. Yep. That's fine. Again, these are guys that aren't playing every day. So we're going to see what's going on. All right, a commercial break here, about to go in the fourth quarter. Wonderful to see any Desmond Ritter. That'd be kind of fun just to put him in there. So I got over 100 likes on this. Thank you so much. Just want to thank again Tom Grossi for doing that bomb on this channel. That was super cool. That was really, really cool. Just checking out some news here while we are at commercial break. Apologize for the silence. We're at commercial. Just kind of checking some stuff out. See if I see any NFL breaking nuggets. Let's take a look here. Ooh, Keon Keeley heading to the portal. That's a bigger player. So I know these aren't not an Alabama channel right now because this is all Packers fan, but a lot of these linemen are going to be gone. 2 of them are going to be drafted, so it's going to be a whole new look down there. Bussin' with the Boys says that Harbaugh might get terminated from the Ravens. We'll see. That would be interesting. Cam Little hit a 67-yard field goal today. Folks, that is ridiculous. And just don't see anything else. Just kind of waiting to come back from commercial. All right, we are. LT Overton is declaring for the draft. That is not surprising. He has no eligibility left. And we are back from break. Back from break, folks. Wild card weekend. Next weekend, the Vikings will not be playing in it, but the Green Bay Packers will be, and you love to see it. All right, 1st and 10, single back formation. Packers shift on the side from left to right in motion, and Brosmer hands it off inside run to Chandler, gains 2 or 3 yards. So the rest of the game, we're going to see backups on the offensive side of the ball, unless I don't think JJ McCarthy's coming back in. But the Packers might not bring back Halfley. He might get a head coaching position. Rightfully so. I'd love to see him stay one more year with a fully healthy Packer defense at Super Bowl caliber when Wyatt and Parsons are in there. Brosmer, an empty formation, makes the throw to number 85, gets the first down. So Minnesota gets a first down on a little tight end stick route there. Just simple breaking the zone coverage. Nothing amazing about what they did there. Falcons have a 13-7 lead. Panthers fans have got to be on the edge of their seat, hanging on. So closing in on the end of the third quarter here. Vikings have to run one more play. It's 1st and 10. And single back formation heavy. And it's just an inside give. Pops to the left and gets a few yards. And that's a 5-yard run that should run it out to the end of the third quarter. Vikings are putting their backups in there. I don't know who number 36 is for Minnesota. Scott. So simple toss. Oh, they're going to line up. They might try and draw them off sides here, but this 3 wide outs, shotgun formation, I don't think they're going to snap it. Naylor in motion from right to left. Nope. No snap. End of third quarter, Minnesota 13, Green Bay 0. Bobby says Riley Leonard is doing the damn thing. He must be throwing to Alec Pierce. That must be my guess. That's what I said they needed to do. So 13-0 Minnesota at the end of the third quarter. Packers offense has been abysmal, but these are all the backups pretty much essentially the whole game. I don't think this is an indictment on what's going to happen in the playoffs. I think they're going to come out hot. As LaFleur says, the piss will be hot. So Pierce, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. 3 touchdowns for Riley Leonard. Hey, maybe that's their guy going forward. They still got Anthony Richardson there. They're going to make some decisions in the offseason for Indianapolis. We'll see. We'll see what they do. All right. Here we go. Fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen, the regular season wrapping down here for the Green Bay Packers. They're going to get ready for the playoffs, which I've said about 10 times in a row there. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's a great week to close the regular season. Get ready for the college football semifinals on Thursday and Friday. And we will have NFL playoffs on Saturday and Sunday. So things are on the up and up. And we love to see it. We love to see it. And we also like to check our crypto portfolio when that's taken off. That's always good stuff too. So, hey, shout out to that. And remember, folks, if you do subscribe to my channel here, Justin Paul Sports, I do sports betting picks. And I have to be very mindful. You know, we just preview all the games. I make picks on the games like a million other people on this YouTube. So it's just what I do. Got 19 viewers. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. We do Dynasty Fantasy Football, like Bobby was on earlier. His channel, he does all sorts of previews for your draft, for your rookie drafts, for your dynasty picks, things along that sort. And I'll be doing college basketball when the NFL season's over, and I'll be doing the UFL and the CFL in the spring. So it'll be good times for that. Do football year round here if I possibly could. And just hope that you like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. What a day it's been. Great to see these backups getting some reps. The reps are important too because it helps you understand down and distance and situations if you got to come in the game due to injury. And that's been the case. So, but no points on the board. You don't want to see that. But we'll see if they can get the Vikings to get a stop here. But the Vikings do have an elite defense, so it's not surprising that the Packers twos can't get on the board. Here we go, 2nd and 4. Brosmer's still in the game, so I'm sure McCarthy's day is done. And single back 3 wide out formation here. Brosmer does some play action, looks to the right side, throws, and wide open. He's got Justin Jefferson who gets out to the 40-yard line, breaks tackle, and has basically been stuck at the 40-yard line. First down for Minnesota. I want to thank again Tom Grossi for doing the Grossi bomb, dropping all those people to come and like my video. Got a few subscribers from that, so that's super cool. Packers pass rush was absolutely absent there. Got some new guys on the line of scrimmage there. All the backups are in. But, I mean, to hold this team to 13 points is still pretty, admirable with no help from the offense at all. Vikings in an I formation, just a little off tackle left. Chandler breaks a tackle. It looked dead to rights. Gains about 4 yards. So it'll be second and manageable here for the Minnesota Vikings. I will say for Minnesota, they're not wearing them today. But those icy white uniforms that they have with the white helmets, they should stick to those on the road. They're really cool looking. I got to give them that. All right, 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. They're at their own 45.5-yard line. 3 wide out, single back offset to the left. Packers showing blitz, and they're coming. It gets picked up a little bit. Brosmer just throws it deep down the right side, and it's incomplete. That's great coverage there, but there is a penalty marker down. It's probably going to be defensive pass interference, but he didn't turn his head. Let's see what the call is here. Flags have been noticeably absent. Let's see what the officials call here. Illegal contact on defense declined. Pass interference, so it's going to be a spot foul. So it'll be first down Minnesota. They move the field to the other side of the field. Just looking on the replay here, there's 2 penalties, so the illegal contact would have been a first down anyway. But he just gets shoved right there. That's the contact, but he doesn't turn his head around. He just sticks his arm up and bumps into the receiver. So that's the impediment. So smart play, underthrown football, but they get the first down. And it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the Packers' 22-yard line. Single back formation. Naylor's inside, so that's going to go right. Chandler gains a couple yards. So the Vikings are in the red zone officially. And they're going to look to try and punch it in. 2nd down, Minnesota. Vikings in the offseason, I wonder what they're going to do. Their defense looks fantastic. They might be looking, on the later end of Hawkinson's years here, so they might be looking tight end in the draft. Who knows what they're going to do? Jefferson has 101 yards receiving. He's on the sideline. I'm assuming his day's done. Shotgun formation here for the Vikings. Naylor in motion from right to left. Brent 53 is offside, and they dropped the pass, but 53 jumped the snap, so it's a free play. Almost certain to be offside. That's offsides. You got to have discipline on the line of scrimmage. You can't just be having this lack of discipline. I don't care where you're at on the football team. You have to watch the ball snap. You can't just try and jump the cadence. Sometimes that works, but most of the time it doesn't. That's how you get fooled with a hard count. What are you doing? That's why you don't start. That's why you're, a backup player, because you're not paying attention to the game. And you got to get it right. Your process has to be right. You're going to go in the playoffs. You want to get these things correct. You want to have discipline. So instead of 2nd and long, it's 2nd and 2. You're hurting the team with these penalties. Minnesota just hands it off inside. And he gains a few yards, but now it's first. I think that's a first down. It's really close. I'm trying to see where the referee walks up on the line there to spot it. And they are calling it 3rd down. But still, it's 3rd and 1. It could have been 3rd and 5. If I'm the Vikings, I'm doing a play action rollout. I'm selling out for the run if I'm the Packers. I'm going to make him play that. I haven't seen nothing impressive from Max Brosmer all year. Here we go. Single back heavy. There's man coverage up top. He wants it. And the Vikings play action. Throws it in the flat. That is caught for a first down by Scott. Simple play action rollout. Spider 2Y banana kind of thing. Simple stuff. Great play to the right side. And just fantastic stuff there. All right. So 1st and goal for the Vikings. The Packers have minus 13 passing yards, folks. The Vikings have 224 passing yards. So again, this has got to be LaFleur being hyper conservative. The Packers have 71 total yards of offense. The Vikings have 313. The Vikings have 54 plays to the Packers 34. So 19 first downs for Minnesota, only 8 for Green Bay. So it's been a dominant performance by the Minnesota Vikings, but it still is the number 2s. Folks, next Saturday, Wisconsin at Michigan College Hoops Saturday, CBS. We're just putting out the little hype up video there, but 15 viewers. I want to thank you guys for sticking around and watching the Packers and the Vikings play on week 18, the final week of the regular season. 1st and goal for Minnesota. Aaron Jones, I guess, is not playing today. Haven't seen a lot of Jordan Mason here, but I thought he'd get a few more carries. He's in the ballgame now. Shotgun formation. Jefferson is in the game on the right side with Naylor, so all the starters are still in for Minnesota. Naylor goes in motion from right in the orbit position. And Brosmer's looking. He's got time in the pocket, and he falls down. And then he gets hit, and the ball comes out, and the Packers recover it. So he fell down, but he wasn't touched. So the Packers defense makes a great play there and gets a turnover inside the 5. So we're looking at the replay here. Brosmer looks, and he trips over his own lineman, but he gets up, and when he gets up, he's holding the ball with one hand. Cox knocks it out, and it gets recovered by the rookie from Texas, Sorrell. Yeah, he tripped over his left tackle's own feet, got up, and then the ball got slapped out. So heads up play by the Packers defense there. Great job. Not quitting on the play. And that's some severe holding by 65 was basically hugging him from behind like he was trying to dance with him. That's crazy. So big play by the Packers defense. Finally some life in there. We want to see something going. So let's go. Let's get it done. Let's get a drive here. At least make it a one possession football game. Give us something to look at. Lots of Alabama players entering the portal. Rico Scott. That's not surprising. It's going to be a whole different look down there in Tuscaloosa next year. But here we go. I got 14 viewers. Thank you guys for sticking around. Going to wrap up this Packers Vikings game in the next hour and get ready for the afternoon slate. Having that mid afternoon coffee. Everybody has to go back to work next week. Back to the regular scheduling programming of our lives. Monday through Friday, no more off days. There's really no holidays. That's a major paid holiday off, really, unless you get MLK Day off until basically Memorial Day, until the summertime for most of you folks. I mean, you might get MLK Day off. You might get President's Day off. Depends what profession you're in. But there's no holidays in March. A lot of people work Good Friday for Easter Sunday, so there's no paid holidays there. Just gonna have to ride out to the summertime. The next 4 months, you're gonna have to grind it out. Wonder if you guys got any good New Year's resolutions. 16 viewers tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you. But good stuff. Good stuff. They're hyping up the UFC. Justin Gaethje is going to take on Patty Pimblett. UFC 324 should be a good one there. Yeah, Brosmer, they're showing the replay. He just trips over his lineman, gets up, and then great play by the Packers defense. Great play. Making a play. That's what we want to see. Clayton Tune in there in shotgun formation. Now they're going to start throwing the ball a little bit, and he gets sacked. Damn it. Like this pass pro is just fiercely overwhelming the Packers' second offensive line. So negative play again. Come on, guys. Have a little bit of pride. 2nd and 20. Man, that's just like the last thing you can do. But Brian Flores don't care. Got 4 sacks on him already. Just been shooting themselves in the foot with these negative plays all day long. Tune back to pass again. Throws a little quick hitch to Golden. And it's either incomplete or he's down. They strip the ball out. Incomplete pass. So Golden's been pretty much absent or not involved with the scheme, or they're not looking for him. But just a terrible series here. You get that great play on defense. 3rd and 20. So I'm expecting the Vikings to bring the house. Just run a screen play, man. Like, you're obviously not going to throw it downfield, or you could just whip it up there and play a one-on-one ball. But they got 4 wideouts, and the Vikings are showing blitz on the right side. Running back goes from left to right to pick up the protection, but now they're showing it on the opposite side. They don't come. So Tune rolls out, throws it in the flat to the halfback, and gets about 5 yards, so the Packers will punt the football. But the sack on first down ruins the whole series offensively. Clayton Tune has not been able to get anything going today. Anything, no garbage time points, nothing. The Vikings are doing a full court press. And until the Packers do something about it, I can't see why they would want to change it. So 4th and 16, 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and the Packers are punting from deep within their own end zone. But they did get the turnover, and when they got the turnover, that was a great play. It was, a sense of pride for the Packers defense, who has played pretty well today. They've played well. But the offense has just been atrocious. So Minnesota back to receive the punt. Wheeling gets a good kick off again, and a good kick inside the 20. Man, what a punt. So he moved the field. Like that was an all pro kick to kick them inside their own 20 from practically inside their own 20. Special teams are so important, man. I think Bisaccia knows that his job is on the line, folks. And I can't say that I blame him. I mean, he's been under scrutiny. You know, they had that blocked field goal against the Browns, cost them the game there. So let's see. Checking out some other stuff here. So it looks like McCarthy is injured. Trying not to keep too much silence here because I don't want to lose any viewers, but just checking to see if I see any other NFL news. Just looking around here. Nothing really going on. Just looking at the Alabama transfer portal. Nobody major going. I mean, the wide receiver room's thinned out quite a bit, but I think that they'll get some in the transfer portal and the incoming class. Mm-hmm. And we are coming back from commercial. All right. Here we go. Fourth quarter, Packers defense has been bend but don't break, only giving up one touchdown. Had some great plays in the red zone defensively, causing some forced field goals and the turnover on that last series. 9:44 left. A lot of positives there defensively. I mean, the Vikings playbook hasn't exactly been wide open either, but still things plenty to hang their hat on. Vikings take it 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line, just an inside give to Mason. Breaks through the second level, gets 10 to 15 yards on that run. So a little inside run. Javon Bullard's in there, and he is injured, folks. And we do not want to see that. Do not want to see that. Just want to check out some scores here. Looks like the Titans getting whipped. Indy is losing. Dallas is losing. The Browns are winning. And the Falcons have a 13-10 lead on the Saints. So all kickoffs are about to resume for the rest of the league in about an hour from now, almost exactly. Going to commercial. The injury on the field. Bullard, I hope it's not serious. Because if Bullard's not in there, we're going to see some Evan Williams. But it's not the worst thing. And it might not be the worst thing because we'll have Trevon Diggs going in there with Nate Hobbs and Casey on Nixon. So, but you definitely want Bullard in there. He's an elite safety. Green Bay has minus 19 yards passing, folks. For Christ's sake. Just nothing. Just a nothing burger offensively. This is ridiculous. Like it's a bit ridiculous at this point. You've thrown 8 passes this whole game. Like you've tried to run it 26 times against a great run defense. Like, I don't know, man. There's nothing, I don't know. Maybe there's nothing in the playbook that you like that you want to put on film. But Golden being practically getting a whole lot of nothing isn't helping things for his stature. All right, Izzy, take care, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Catch you on the dark side. That's right. You know, we'll catch is a playoff game next week, folks. And yes, I have been sipping on this Dutch Brothers coffee. There is something in here. I'm just not down in it. I don't like to drink coffee that fast. Oh man. Hopefully we get some good news on Bullard. That's what we need, folks. Good news, good things, great things happening. Huge. Can you imagine Bears fans and their mental state if the Packers end up going to Chicago for the playoff game and win in Lambeau South? That would just be amazing. Oh lordy. Commercials, commercials, commercials. This is injury stoppage though, so just hope he's all right. Does anybody watch these award shows like the Golden Globes? Who watches that nonsense? So they say he walked off on his own power, so that's good. So run to Mason to the left side, gets around the edge. They set the edge. He gets about 25 yards on that run. So now we're seeing a little bit of fatigue set in for the Packers, I believe. And quite honestly, that's not surprising. But what are you going to do? Mason's pretty solid running back. All right, so first and 10 for the Vikings at the Packers 39-yard line, I formation for Minnesota. All the starters are pretty much in there for Minnesota. Mason runs inside tackle, gets about 6 yards. So Minnesota's moving the ball effectively. I mean, but it is still the Packers. Twos are in there. Just things along that sort. Heavy run offense for the Vikings here. Got 18 viewers. I want to thank you for tuning into Justin Paul Sports and watching this game with me as your commentary. I'm not as elite as the CBS guys, but hey, I'm offering Packer insight because that's what I care about. Split back formation for Minnesota. Two wideouts, two backs, one tight end to the left. Rossmer goes back. Green Bay's bringing a little bit of heat, but he's got plenty of time and throws a little flare out to CJ Ham, who scored the only touchdown for Minnesota today, and just manages to sneak out there and get a first down. So first down, Minnesota. There's a guy in the crowd with a huge CJ Ham sign and a CJ Ham jersey. So that's a good catch. Tipped off his fingers to himself. Gets around and gets taken down by Xavier McKinney. I'm sorry, Tyron Hopper. I don't know why I said McKinney. It's 59, not 29. So first and 10 from the Packers 28.5 yard line. Ty Chandler in the backfield, offset eye. They give it to him inside, and he goes nowhere. So the Packers bottle him up for no gain. A little bit of trash talking on the line, but it doesn't matter because Minnesota's going home. You will get nothing for this win. You will get to Kane Coon. Kane Coon is where you're going. You're not going to the playoffs, pal. You're not. You had your chance all year. But hey, you won 5 in a row at the end of the season. I mean, that's impressive. It's the NFL. But for nothing. You'll finish above 500 for nothing. Single back formation. Second and 10 for the Vikings. Brosmer play action pass. They're all in his face, but it's a little screen. Chandler gets inside the 20 and gets a first down, so it'll be first and 10 at the Packers 16-yard line. A lot of interesting fans are interested because the Packers were 14-point underdogs in this game, and a touchdown would absolutely flip the script. So, again, it's tough to bet on these games because the lines are so crazy for certain reasons, and we see the Vikings have had their ones in there the whole game. Offensively, defensively, J.J. McCarthy got injured. Max Brosmer is in there. They're in an I formation at the Packers 17-yard line, first and 10, 5:43 left to go in the game. And just a simple off tackle left. Mason gets bottled up, but manages to break out and go and get back to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1. So the Packers had that sniffed out. Cox went outside to the right side and made himself a hell of a pursuit. So good job by the Packers defense there. But this is a hyper offense, like super conservative offense from both these teams today. Um, Obviously, the playbook has got toned down with Brosmer in there for the Vikings and Clayton Tune. They haven't let it rip at all. So, bunch formation on the right side and shotgun formation for the Vikings, 2nd and 10. JJ Justin Jefferson is not in the game. Brosmer looks and he throws and it's deflected and it's incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Vikings. So I think they're going to try and hold the Vikings to a field goal here. Last time they were down here, Brosmer tripped over his left tackle's feet. And Brenton Cox got a strip sack recovered by Sorrell. So here we go, 3rd and 10. Lots of stuff to look at, lots of experience for the offense here. Cleveland leads, New York leads 24-17 in the 4th. And shotgun formation here. Orbit motion for Jordan Addison from left to right, but they throw it the other way to Chai Chandler in the backfield. But the Packers sniff that out and get a tackle for loss. So it'll be 4th and about 12 from the 20-yard line. And we'll see what Minnesota is going to do from here. We got a score alert. Tootin'! 5-yard rushing touchdown for the Jaguars. They are up 42-7. They have clinched the AFC South. Will Reichert is in for the field goal attempt, 37 yards for Minnesota. He does not miss, folks. Alabama legend. Kick is up. Down Broadway. Best kicker in Alabama history. 4:09 left in the game. The Vikings take a 16-0 lead over the Green Bay Packers in Week 18 of this NFL season. But I'm going to not so gently remind Vikings fans that you are not playing next week. And Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers will be. Making the playoffs is a successful season. I don't care what anybody says. That's the definition of a successful season. Anybody tells you any differently is a fool. Every team wants to get to the playoffs. It's the whole point of playing football. So Myles Garrett sets the single season sack record. He got Joe Burrow there in the 4th quarter with 5 minutes to go. So congratulations to Myles Garrett for getting that done. So I just want to give props when it's due. When you set an NFL record, give yourself some applause there. So ironically, they don't go to commercial break. I think they just want to get the broadcast out of the way here. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Packers. I'm sorry. They're kicking it off. Indianapolis leads Houston 27-26. That game's in the 3rd quarter. There's about 15 seconds left. Cleveland does have that 17-12 edge over the Bengals. New York 24, Dallas 17, 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter there. Atlanta's got that 16-10 lead with 10.5 left to go there. And Jacksonville is up 41-7 on the Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward did get injured in that game early. It is 16-0 here. Green Bay is the only team to not score any points. But, like I said, we're playing next week. Reichert kicks it off deep gets fielded at the 5-yard line by Wilson, who gets a seam up the middle and gets out to the 40-yard line. So Emmanuel Wilson out there returning kicks gives the Packers decent field position, but I'm sure we're going to see a negative play and 2 handoffs. But we're going to see. So some action later. Got Chargers at the Broncos, the Commies at the Eagles, Jets at Bills, and Kansas City on the road to Las Vegas. So 2 of those games really have some meaning, I guess. If the Eagles win and the Bears lose, the Eagles will get the 2 seed. That's the only difference. Everybody for the AFC is clinched except for tonight's game with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. 1st and 10 for the Packers, single back formation at their own 39-yard line. It's tossed left and gets it out to about the 43-yard line. So it's positive play for Brooks on the left side. 2nd and 7 here. So let's see what the Packers do here. 2nd and 7, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. Let's get down the field. Let's get some points on the board, boys. The Packers at the Vikings 42.5-yard line. There's a stoppage. Minnesota takes timeout. So they've got one timeout left. Green Bay's got 3 timeouts left. So if this score holds up, it'll be a 9-8 season for the Vikings and a 9-7-1 season. It looks like Harrison Smith is getting some applause. They think he's retiring, folks. Fantastic season or fantastic career for Harrison Smith. He's played a long time as a Packers fan. Great player, but you love to see when the great players retire because then they're not there anymore. So congratulations to Harrison Smith on a fantastic career. I can't imagine why else they'd take him out. They're going to go out with looks like probably a win with what the Packers are putting on the field. So good for him. Good for him. His family's there. Bunch of 22 jerseys clapping. Vikings fans love it. It's like in baseball when they take out a player in his final game. So 2nd and 7 for the Packers. Single back heavy on the left. Golden and slightly in motion. And it's a sweep. Or there's fake toss right. And he throws it to Golden on the other side. And he gets a first down. So that's a little bit of positivity. That's what you like to see. Good play there by the Packers. First down. Yeah, they're hugging Harrison Smith. I think this is it for him. When you get gray hair like I do, it's time to hang it up. You can't play this game. It's a young man's game. He played a long time. First and 10 for the Packers. Inside give. Oh, and he breaks free, and he gets past the 40. First down. Nice run by Brooks there. So the Packers are getting yards here. We're on about the 3-minute mark almost here. So they're showing a lot of Harrison Smith. I think this is it for him. So, all right, under 3 minutes. First and 10 from the Vikings 38-yard line. Single back formation. Clayton Tune toss left. And they're getting through there a little bit more. The Vikings starting defense is still out there, folks. So they're just winding the clock down, just going to do runs the rest of the way, I'm sure. We're not going to see any passes in this from Adam Stenavich or Matt LaFleur. So 2nd and 5. Single back formation again. Inside give to the right side. And he almost gets the first down, so it'll be 3rd and short here. So again, this isn't an indictment of what we're going to see next week. The Packers have lost 3 straight now with this, losing to Chicago, losing to Baltimore, and losing this game. But this game was for nothing. With the Lions losing last week in Chicago, it clinched the playoff spot. I guarantee that if the playoffs were on the line, we'd see the starters. 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left. I do want to see if the Packers finish this drive off with a touchdown, or that would be nice, but it looks like they're going to play it safe. And going to the playoffs, folks. Going to the playoffs. So shout out to the Green Bay Packers for our playoffs. Thank you so much for that Grossy Bomb for tuning in. That's really, really cool stuff. I'm such a small channel, and for him to sniff that out, or his team to sniff that out. Well, thank you, Tom Grossy, so much for that. That was really, really amazing. Get that man to 1 million. Get him there. Subscribe to his channel, folks. He's a Green Bay Packers fan legend. Loves the Packers. Does comedy skits. Does great stuff. He's charitable. I've seen him on streams with Urinating Tree, who does some funny stuff for the Steelers. So it's just comedy and football. Good times. He's doing good stuff. Good man. 2 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. I really don't. I think it's just going to be sweep left, toss right, inside zone. Nothing, some duo. You're not going to see anything in the playbook that they could put on film for next week for Chicago. So the Bears got to get ready for their game against the Lions to wrap up this NFC North and wrap up the 2025 NFL regular season and get ready for the postseason. Playoff games start next Saturday. There's 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and 1 on Monday. So get that wild card done. Just showing these Christmas commercials. It's pretty funny, considering Christmas was so long ago. 102 likes. It was amazing stuff, man. I'm so proud. So thankful. All right, here we go. Here we go. Uber Eats. Is it true? Are they trying to sell us food? Anything's possible. All right. They got the trees grader helmets on. We don't care. We're going to the playoffs. All right. So we got single back formation, and it's another toss left. And Wilson sets the edge, gets a first down, and gets out of bounds. So it's a 3rd and 1 conversion for the Packers. I guess they're just going to keep doing these run plays. And the Giants have a 10-point lead over Dallas, 8 minutes, 30 seconds left there. Falcons still have a 6-point lead, 7.5 minutes to go there in Atlanta. Jacksonville up 41-7. There's 2 minutes in that game. Colts have a 1-point lead over the Texans, 12:28 to go. Single back formation for the Packers. Motion from right to the inside, so they're going heavy now. And it's a play action. Tune rolls out to the right and just throws a little to the tight end. Gains a few yards, but the clock is ticking. They're giving CJ Ham a bunch of hugs. I don't know what that's about. Maybe his season might be over. Who knows? Or not his season, but maybe his career is ending. He's been playing in the league for some time too. All right, 2nd and 6 for the Packers at the 19-yard line. Tune hands it off inside. Gets through for a first down as Emmanuel Wilson. So the Packers are going to try and get some points on the board. They're not in a hurry, but it looks like they're trying to do something. They're just doing simple run plays. I like to see them get 6 here. Down to a minute 8. They're not in a hurry, but I think that they don't want any injuries here. Heavy formation again. Inside run to Wilson. Oh, he does. Now it's a first down, so now it's 1st and 10. But the clock is ticking, so there's no sense of urgency to score. But they should try and do something here. I mean, these guys have been grinding it all day long. Down to 45 seconds here left in the game. So there's a little pep in the step. Heavy formation. And it's an inside give again. Wilson, it's shut down. He shifts left, cut back inside. There's no gain. 30 seconds left on the clock. And the Packers call timeout on 3rd down. So they might try a little something here. So the Packers drive the ball down the field. I mean, nobody's trying to get hurt here. See if we can get 6, though. Getting 6 would be nice. Just saying. They're playing turn down for what? Little John. Closest out there, Minnesota. So the Vikings are going to go to 9-8 and have a winning season with no playoff appearance. You love to see that as a Packers fan. All right, single back formation. Might throw a fade right here to Golden. Why not? Motion from right to left with Wiley. Packers play action. Tune rolls to the right. He's looking. He throws. And it's incomplete, so it'll be 4th and 6. So they ran the same pass play every time with the play action rollout. But go for it. Just throw one in the end zone here. We'll see what we got here. Close it out right. Houston has taken the lead, 29-27. But if I'm Houston, I'm pulling my starters at this point because the Jags locked the division up. All right, 4th down for the Packers. And they just do an inside run, and he gets stopped. So it'll be a turnover on downs. The Vikings will shut out the Green Bay Packers, folks. And like I've said so much in the past 5 minutes, they're going to play next week in the wild card against either Philadelphia or Chicago on the road. And Packers haven't been shut out since 2018, but the game has gone fine always. Oh, wait, there was a timeout. So there was a timeout that wasn't fourth down, and the Packers are lining up for a field goal just to stick it to them. And McManus makes the 24-yard field goal, and folks, game's over. That's amazing. They're trying to avoid the shutout. That's incredible. Oh, they almost blocked it, though. So the Packers avoid the shutout. Impressive. Well, congratulations to the Green Bay Packers. They're going to playoffs. Thank you so much, Tom Grossi, for what you did for me by getting me the Grossi bomb. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I am going to call it a game. As you can see, 16-3 is the final there. 34 yards passing for Clayton Tune. Just an absolutely abysmal. I mean, let's just look at the team stats here real quick. McCarthy had 182 yards, but Minnesota right here, 8-8. You don't pass Green Bay in the standings, folks. You love to see it. All right, folks, with that being said, I am going to tune out for the day. Thank you for watching this morning. Thank you for watching the Packers and the Minnesota Vikings Week 18 with me on commentary. Thank you to Bobby's Big Board for tuning in for half the game and providing analysis this morning. You guys enjoy the rest of the games, and we will see y'all next week for the playoffs. So have a great day and enjoy some football.